It's already messed up. I had a feeling the audio is gonna be messed up. It's crazy. Hold on, chat.
Mansion, St. Cloyd.
Oh, wow.
So, you know.
Alright, I think we back. I was trying to get it, chat, to where I could do like Omegle or Monkey and do like random matches on stream for y'all. But I couldn't figure that out yet. Might have to get that together. Yeah, I might have to get that together. Hold on, chat.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
It's still messed up. Like, what? Am I finna have to restart the whole live, dog? What?
Right off of the Mansion in St. Cloyd.
I was the,
Chat, I think we here. Let me see. Alright, chat. We here, man. We here. It's crazy, chat. I don't know why the audio is messed up, but we finna get it started. Let me get everything loaded up, chat. Get everything together out here, man.
To the greatest damn show on YouTube.
They coming to see me.
They're coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Alright, chat. Oh man, double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? We got Charlie Kirk style debates are everywhere. SpaceX took the money from China, and we got a kidnapped woman over there. She says Israel kidnapped her. She's crying for help. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin. Tell them plug live, and he running his mouth. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, fascist, alien, NPC. Get your ass in. We finna have these conversations tonight, and we got an action-packed episode. What's up with it, Bada Bing? What's up, Gito, Auto War, Dorsey, Big Niche? What it do, Chad? We got an action-packed episode. Hope everybody's having a great day, man. As y'all can see in the title, we got newly unsealed testimony is tying a direct Chinese investment to SpaceX. And we know SpaceX works closely with NASA. We got the Space Force. We're going to get into all of that. That's breaking, man. Appreciate y'all for dropping it in the Discord, man. Also, we got a woman named Greta Thunberg. She's a Sweden citizen. She's saying she's been abducted and taken against her will by Israeli forces, and she is crying out for help. We're going to get into that as well. We also have another woman speaking out. She's saying that Tennessee is using a loophole through the foster care system to bring in illegals. So we're gonna break that down, see what kind of claims she's making. I got a couple miscellaneous clips, a little funny shit. Also we got Chelsea Clinton has launched a new podcast aimed at debunking misinformation, man. We're gonna get into that. We know that she's worked with some of the some of those kind of organizations, man. The World Health Organization, she's worked with the Gates Foundation. We know Bill's talking about that digital ID by 2028. We're going to get into all of that, chat. We got an action-packed episode. So double tap the screen. We are chasing 200 likes. We are chasing 200 likes, and we're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Moving on, chat. Speaking of the World Health Organization, the Gates Foundation, well, DeSantis kind of came at the World Economic Forum. You know, they always meet in Davos and all of that, man. Well, they got a San Francisco summit, and DeSantis was like, look, man, what y'all got going over there at the World Economic Forum, we not with that shit down here in Florida. So no, we will not be showing up to your damn summit. And we thanks, but no thanks. So we're gonna get into that. Shout out to DeSantis for putting his digging his boots in and saying F you to the World Economic Forum, man. Also, I got a clip. This girl, she was watching her Netflix premiere or whatever the show was on, movie premiere, and she found out she was replaced by the hot tour girl. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into that. Charlie Kirk, TPUSA tables across college campuses, they're getting trash stuff thrown on them. Also, we have CNN just released a year-long study conducted jointly by the Centers for Countering Digital Hate and the Jewish Council for Public Affairs, and they have dropped a top 10 most anti-Semitic influencers list. A top 10 most anti-Semitic influence list. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We got an action-packed episode. I hope everybody's having a great night. Lala, you got them plain lays ready? Where that baby go at, man? Where that baby go? You got the barbecue lays ready, Lala? We finna get straight into it, chat. We ain't gonna waste your time no more, man. Where that baby go there, man? Double tap the screen, shut a live out.
I told my niggas to mark my word, I guarantee that I'm next. I got the arms of a bodybuilder from the way that I flex. Might just hit the strip just to go blow me a check. They know what the fuck I'm on. They say they ain't got some of the best gas, they call it Southern Georgia. Chain on chain and ice on ice like Adam Sandler, I'm water boy. I know I'm all in the head. That bitch laying in my bed. Wait till I give her a spray. I'm a master with the head. Don't let these social fool you, these niggas broke, I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then little walkie talkie. I told that bitch to come home. I ain't got time for no bitch that's healing. Puff the blunt, she called me daddy. And I'm screaming out no dick. I'ma make sure that she come. I'ma fuck her good with my tongue. I know the night is still young. So baby, let's get it in. I know just how she like it tonight. She spicy, she added a friend. They ain't identical, but they fuck alike. So in the bed, I call them twin. I call them twin. Bed, I call them twin. Bitch, and shoot a shoot. 1 + 1 = 2. What you tryna do? Go back for back, check a swoop for swoop. Either way it go, I'm on. Either way it go, I'm gone. Brody them just got like 100 on 'em and they tryna get them gone. What you call it, Jet Wet? What's the name? And he put it in his song. Brody them got the purest powder, it's pink, you know this shit is strong. No diddy. I'm the type of nigga that turn my bitch up in each city. Brody cut out, we celebrating, we hit the gritty. I'm feeling like a baby, I'm tryna get that milk up out them titties. It's no question who young and the latest. If you want your bitch, then when she talking, hear her. If I want the bitch, I'm going Pittsburgh. Still her. I keep some on the side, I don't have trust in just the main bitch. Suck me up while I'm driving like damn, I die by this lane switch. Shit, different type of free, so we ain't never got a tussle. Throw it back like Miss London, and some of you like be hustle. Yeah.
Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. I hope everybody's having a great night. We got an action-packed episode. If you are watching this on the playback, please leave me some comments. Share this video out far and wide. I don't care if it's to your timeline or the last person you text, man. Support me, please and thank you. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We got an action-packed episode. I gave y'all some of the rundown, man. Say what's up, chat. I'ma say it back. You said no Elon bashing. I'm just reporting the news. Well, we ain't finna bash Elon. We finna tell the damn, we finna read the article, man, and debate this. Talk about it, man. Appreciate that, Bada Bing. We glad to have you here. Bada Bing, we love you too, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, chat. We gonna get straight into this article. This is from ProPublica, investigative journalism in the public interest. This article was released this morning. It says Elon Musk, SpaceX, SpaceX took money directly from Chinese investors, a company insider testifies. The newly unsealed testimony. Matter of fact, if somebody screen recording this, somebody clip this up, man. Somebody clip this up. Hold on, I'll get my own clip. Don't worry about it. I got my own clip. All right, chat. Double tap the screen, shut the live out. We finna get back into the article. It says, newly unsealed testimony marks the first time direct Chinese investment in the company has been disclosed, raising new questions about foreign ownership interests in one of America's most important military contractors. So we know SpaceX gets a lot of military contracts, man. A lot of them. They work directly with NASA. A lot of people say they are leaps and bounds ahead of NASA. And we have a company insider testifying that SpaceX took money directly from Chinese investors, chat. This is breaking. This is a bombshell, man. I'm not gonna lie, chat. It got me scratching my head. Chat, press 1 if you believe it. Press 1 if you believe it. Press 2 if you don't. It says, Elon Musk, SpaceX has taken money directly from Chinese investors, according to previously sealed testimony, raising new questions about foreign ownership interest in one of the United States' most important military contractors. The recent testimony coming from a SpaceX insider during a court case marks the first time direct Chinese involvement in a privately held company has been disclosed. While there is no prohibition on Chinese ownership in U.S. military contractors, such investment is heavily regulated, and the issue is treated by the U.S. government as a significant national security concern. They obviously have the Chinese investors, to be honest. Iqbojit Kalan, a major SpaceX investor, said in the deposition last year, adding that some are directly on the cap table. Cap table refers to the company's capitalization roll, which lists its shareholders. Calhoun's testimony does not reveal the scope of Chinese investments in SpaceX or the identities of the investors. Calhoun has long been close with the company's leadership and runs his own firm that acts as the middleman for wealthy investors looking to buy shares of SpaceX. So this guy has a firm. He's acting as the middleman. You got money, you want to buy shares in SpaceX. He's the guy you go see. He's the guys that's saying Chinese investors directly have directly given money to SpaceX. It's damn, chat. It says SpaceX keeps its full ownership structure secret. It was previously reported that some Chinese investors have bought indirect stakes in SpaceX, investing in middleman funds that in turn own shares in the rocket company. The new testimony describes direct investments that suggest a closer relationship with SpaceX. So before they were saying they were investing into a company that was investing into SpaceX. Now they're saying, no, that's not true. They're directly invested in the SpaceX. They're not investing into a company that's investing into this company. They're going straight through. It says SpaceX has thrived as it snaps up sensitive U.S. government contracts, from building spy satellites for the Pentagon to launching spacecraft for NASA. U.S. embassies and the White House have connected to the company's Starlink internet service too. Musk's roughly 42% stake in the company is worth an estimated $168 billion. If he owned nothing else, he'd be one of the top 10 richest people in the world. National security law experts said federal officials would likely be deeply interested in understanding the direct Chinese investment in SpaceX. Whether there was cause for concern would depend on the details, they said, but the U.S. government has asserted that China has a systemic strategy of using investments in sensitive industries to conduct espionage. If investors got access to non-public information about the company, say details on contracts or supply chain, it could be useful to Chinese intelligence, says Sarah Dansman, an Indiana University professor who has worked for the State Department scrutinizing foreign investments that would create huge risks if realized, would have huge consequences for national security, she said. SpaceX did not respond to questions for this story. Calhoun declined to comment. The new court records come from litigation in Delaware between Calhoun and another investor. The testimony was sealed until ProPublica, with the assistance of lawyers at the Reporters Committee for the Freedom of the Press and law firm Shaw Keller, moved in the spring to make it public. SpaceX fought the effort, but a judge ruled that some of the records must be released. Calhoun's testimony was publicly filed this week. Buying shares in SpaceX is much more difficult than buying a piece of a publicly traded company like Tesla or Microsoft. SpaceX has control over who can buy stakes in it, and the company's investors fall into different categories. The most rarefied group is direct investors who actually own SpaceX shares. This group includes funds led by Calhoun, Peter Thiel, and a handful of other venture capitalists with personal ties to Musk. Then there are indirect investors who effectively buy stakes in SpaceX through a middleman like Calhoun. The indirect investors are actually buying into a fund run by the middleman, typically paying a hefty fee. All previously known Chinese investors in SpaceX fell into the latter category. So before, they were all going through Calhoun, but this year with this new information, they're finding out it's direct investments, allegedly. This year, Publica reported on an unusual feature of SpaceX's approach to the investment from China. According to testimony from the Delaware case, the company allows Chinese investors to buy stake in SpaceX so long as the money is routed through the Cayman Islands or other offshore secrecy hubs. Damn, chat. Damn. Wow. According to the testimony from the Delaware case, the company allows Chinese investors to buy stakes in SpaceX as long as the money is routed through the Cayman Islands or other offshore secrecy hubs, chat. That is wild. Companies only have to proactively report Chinese investments to the government in limited circumstances, and there aren't hard and fast rules for how much is too much. After ProPublica's report, House of Democrats sent a letter to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth raising alarms about the company's potential obfuscation. I don't know that word, chat. I'm gonna keep it real. In light of extreme sensitivity of SpaceX work for the DoD and NASA, this lack of transparency raises serious questions, they wrote. It's unclear if any action was taken in response. Calhoun has turned his access to SpaceX stock into a lucrative business. His investor list reads like an atlas of the world. The investors' names are redacted in recently unsealed document, but their addresses span from Chile to Malaysia. One is in Russia. At least two are in mainland China. One is in Qatar. In one email to SpaceX Chief Financial Officer, Callan said a Los Angeles-based fund had money from the Qatari royal family and was already invested in SpaceX. Wow. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, chat. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal, man. This is crazy, chat. Hold on. It says, you made a big fortune. A China-based financier wrote to Calhoun 4 years ago. LOL, something like that. SpaceX has been the gift that keeps on giving, Calhoun responded. All thanks to you. Calhoun first met with SpaceX when it was fledgling startup, according to court records. SpaceX CFO Brett Johnson, who has been there for 14 years, testified that Calhoun had been with the company in one form or fashion longer than I have. Johnson also testified SpaceX had no formal policy about accepting investments from countries deemed adversaries by the U.S. government. But he said he has fund managers to stay away from Russia, Chinese, Iranian, North Korean ownership interests because it can make it more challenging to win government contracts. There are indications that by 2021, Callahan was wary of raising funds from China. The U.S. government had grown increasingly concerned about Chinese investments in tech companies, and that June, Calhoun told an associate he was being picky with who he'd let buy into a new SpaceX opportunity. Only people I want to have a relationship with long term. No one from mainland China, Calhoun said. but he raced to assemble a pool of investors. Those concerns appeared to fade away. By November 2021, Calhoun was personally raising money from China to buy SpaceX stakes. He told a Shanghai-based company that if it invested with him, it would get a quarterly update on SpaceX business development, visits to SpaceX, and opportunities to interview with SpaceX CFO. Court records show the Shanghai company ultimately sent Calhoun $50 million to invest in Musk businesses. According to court records, SpaceX had the deal canceled after the plan became public. So let's break this shit down, chat. That's crazy. Let's break this shit down, chat. So before they were saying that SpaceX was investing through a fund and doing this. Now they're saying that, the Chinese, Russian, Qatarian, and all of these other countries are investing directly into SpaceX, but they gotta go through the Cayman Islands or another offshore account because they don't want to risk the government contracts slowing up. Said that he told them that he would get quarterly reports for what's going on inside of SpaceX, get to visit with SpaceX, and get to meet the CFO. This is all a Chinese company here. It's crazy, chat. How do y'all feel about that, chat? Does that raise cause for concern, chat? Yes or no in the chat? Does that raise cause for concern for y'all, man? Yes or no in the chat. Double tap the screen, shut her live out, man. We're gonna move on right here. Chat, this girl right here is Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg. She's the one that's saying she's basically kidnapped, man. She's the one saying she's kidnapped. Let's get into it, man.
Of Sweden.
Alright, she's saying she's from Sweden. This is a quick little video. It says, "My name is Greta Thunberg. I'm a citizen of Sweden. If you're watching this video, I have been abducted and taken against my will by Israeli forces. Please tell my government to demand my and the others' immediate release." So this girl right here is coming up on 10 million views on her cry for help.
My name is Greta Thunberg. I'm a citizen of Sweden. If you are watching this video, I have been abducted and taken against my will by Israeli forces. Our humanitarian mission was non-violent and abiding by international law. Please tell my government to demand my and the others' immediate release. My name is Greta Thunberg. I'm a citizen of Sweden. If you are watching this video, I have been abducted and taken against my will by Israeli forces. Our humanitarian mission was non-violent and abiding by international law. Please tell my government to demand my and the others' immediate release.
I'm going to tell y'all one thing for sure, two things for certain. I don't know what the hell Sweden going to do, but Trump would have got her ass. We seen Trump go get ASAP Rocky. I don't know who got Brittany Griner and them, but Trump would have got her ass. Her ass would already be on the way home if it was up to Trump. I'm just going to keep it real. I don't know what Sweden's leader gonna do, because she's calling for help, talking about they was over there on a peaceful mission and shit. This is what I tell y'all, chat. Y'all gotta know what, man. I know it's not Plug at the Dark, so what, man? Y'all gotta know where the fuck y'all at, man. Y'all doing all of this stuff, going to all of these countries, trying to plant your feet over here and, you know, be missionaries and shit. That's good. But know where the fuck you at and know what's going on. I'm not saying slow up on you. I'm saying be precautious. You see this girl, Greta? She might have known the dangers of this shit. But right now, she's got 10 million views on X crying for help. Luckily, she got her phone to make this damn call out there. What if they had took her phone? What if they had smashed her phone? Man, y'all better know where the hell y'all at, man. I'm going to keep it real. Y'all better know where the hell y'all at doing this shit, man. I'm going to keep it, man. Listen, chat. All I can do is keep it real with y'all. Y'all, if y'all want to go somewhere and hear it sugar-coated or hear it soft or nice, you know what I'm saying? Go somewhere else. I'm going to keep it real. You better know where the fuck you at, man, in this world, man. I don't care if you in America, you outside of America, you in the hood, you in a rural place, you in deep East Texas, you in the mountains. You better know where the fuck you at and what's going on, man. Straight up. Listen to this woman, man. Listen to this woman.
My name is Kirk. I'm a citizen of Sweden. If you are watching this video, I have been abducted and taken against my will by Israeli forces. Our humanitarian mission was non-violent and abiding by international law. Please tell my government to demand my and the others' immediate release.
What's up, V? Talking about they had friends post for them after they had their phone taken from them. They are detained at the Ben Givar prison. See, now they in prison all the way in Israel somewhere. You way you way from Sweden. Now you're in a foreign prison, man. Come on, Chad. Come on, Chad. I don't even want to go to jail, period, man. Let alone outside the county, outside the state, outside the country. You damn near, she might as well be in a war zone. She in prison in an active war zone, man. Calling out for help, got her friends posting it for her, man. Didn't know where the fuck she was at, man. Straight up, chat. Hey, man, she fighting a good fight out there. If that's her fight, fighting y'all good fights come with some shit, man. I don't think she playing for this, chat. I don't think this was on the cards, man. I don't think this was in the cards, man. Prison of illusion? Hell no, that ain't man buzzing me. You take your ass over there to a prison, man, out the country. Listen, chat. That's how folks be getting to convert and all kind of shit, man. You go to prison somewhere you not from, man, them folks get to handling you any kind of way, man. Get down to lay down situations, man. I don't know why y'all think this shit not going on. This shit go on in the regular penitentiary in America. You go to prison somewhere, you don't know where the hell you at, you don't know nobody. You either gonna get down or it's going to be a hard-ass time for you in there, man. And what happens? A lot of people get down. A lot of people might not be Aryan Nation or Aryan Brotherhood. They go to the penitentiary and get down. A lot of people might not be Muslim or Islam. They go to the penitentiary and get down. A lot of people might not be Crips or Bloods or whatever. They go to the penitentiary and get down. Just think about it overseas. Same shit going on. Now something you don't even know nothing about. Can't even speak the language.
My name is Kirk. I'm a citizen of Sweden. If you are watching this video, I have been abducted and taken against my will by Israeli forces. Our humanitarian mission was non-violent and abiding by international law. Please tell my government to demand my and the others' immediate release.
Y'all said it was a pre-recorded video, so like what is it? Like if they haven't heard from her in a certain amount of time, they supposed to release it? Is it one of those situations like, hey, if y'all haven't heard from me in 2 or 3 days, put that video out? Is it one of those situations, chat? I was pro-Israel until how they handled the flotilla plus multiple health workers making it to Gaza. I seen that one woman saying that she was over there, them Australian doctors was over there talking about she delivered a baby from a woman that had been decapitated. The woman had been decapitated and she still had to deliver the baby. Y'all said she all for views. Who is this woman? I don't know who the fuck Greta is. It was all live streamed. When they arrested her, yeah, Greta was over there. Listen, Greta was over there not on point, obviously. Greta was over there doing too damn much, obviously. She said they was peaceful and all of that, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. They got Greta, man. Greta got 10 million views, man. All right, Chad, we're going to move on, man. I don't know who Greta is, but we're going to move on. This lady right here is claiming Tennessee is using loopholes to bring in illegals, man. They saying Tennessee using the foster care system loopholes to bring in illegals. It says, wow, Tennessee is using loopholes through the foster care system to bring in illegals into America. This from Wall Street Apes. We're going to watch the lady talk about it. It says, court order documented proof this is happening. Tennessee Department of Children's Services is taking undocumented kids and they're putting them in the state's custody and state foster care system. Then they're assisting the kids into getting once a court order from the juvenile court says that they're abandoning. That's what they get. Then they get what's called an order of abandonment. Then they get a special circumstances juvenile immigration status. Then once they get that, they can bring their family over. This is so clever on their part. You got to remember how clever and smart cartel immigration is. They make a lot of money on this. So I finally got my hands on a court order. I got my hands on a court order and I have a hard copy of it. And it is all about how they did this right here. This is all U.S. taxpayer funded, and we are yet again paying to import illegals through a loophole in the government agency discovered. This is probably happening in states all through America. All right.
Immigration status.
Let's hear it.
So, the Tennessee Department of Children's Services is taking undocumented kids and they're putting them in state's custody in the state foster care system, which means the state taxpayers, it's coming out of the state budget. And then they are assisting these kids into getting what's a court order from the juvenile court that says that they're abandoned, and then they get a what's called an order of abandonment, and then they get a special circumstances juvenile immigration status. And then, of course, once they get that, they can bring their family over or do whatever. This is so clever on their part. You've got to remember how clever and how smart cartel immigration is. They make a lot of money on this. So I finally got my hands on a court order. I got my hands on a court order, and I have a hard copy of it, and it is all about how they did this right here in Davidson County. I have told state legislators, I've told Congress people, this is totally illegal. Plus, I have phone conversations stating that Commissioner Quinn, DCS Commissioner Quinn, is well aware of it, and she is central to it because she has told other providers to report to her if they have any issues with undocumented kids. Okay, huge. It is trafficking. I mean,
Somebody ass in trouble. Whoever she just put name in that business, your ass in trouble. Because I can promise you one thing for sure, two things for certain. This administration is finna come looking for your ass and what's going on. Oh, y'all not supposed to be all in my business. But listen, watch this, chat. Alright, chat. This dude was drunk and he passed out, right? And hold on. How do I zoom in? This dude was drunk and he passed out, and his friends put him in a coffin. And now he think he dead. He think he is transition, chat. He think he transitioned because he was passed out drunk, and his friends just went on and put him in a coffin, and they acting like they can't see him. Chat, I'm not gonna lie, he probably still a little drunk, man. He probably still a little drunk, bro. Think about how drunk he probably was, chat. Oh my God. Think about how drunk he was, chat. Man, listen, man. I ain't gonna lie, chat. Waking up like that was probably crazy, man. Just thinking about all the shows we watch, about how like they show that you would be able to see yourself, and now he looking around and shit, and like what sealed the deal was his partner walking by acting like he didn't see him, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. This shit is funny, bro. This is the biggest troll, bro. And he thinking about every fucked up decision he made in his life. He wondering why he not in heaven right now. It's probably so much going through this man's mind right now. He's still probably tipsy or drunk. He wondering why he not in heaven. He's looking around like what the hell is going on? His partner just walked by him, or brother, whoever. He's screaming at him. He doesn't hear him, bro. He's probably thinking about every poor choice he made in his life right now. Listen, chat. Whatever bullshit he was into, whatever shit he had going on after that day, he probably cut it out. He probably cut it out, man. He probably got his life together after they played that prank on him, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of those pranks that'll have you reevaluating your situation. Like, damn, I gotta get my life together, man. I gotta get my life together, man. Real shit. That's one of those, man. Oh, man. It's funny because I know a couple partners I could probably get in a prank like that, man. That's crazy. I wouldn't do it, though. All right, chat. This is kind of explaining inflation in 2025. These kids are well above. These kids know what the hell is going on, man. These kids right here know what the hell is going on, chat.
Girls, what's just happened?
So, there's an ice cream van there selling just 2 ice creams with 2 chewing gums in it.
Yeah.
For bloody £9 for 2 of them.
£9 for 2?
Yeah, £9. That is going to get nowhere. The one that comes on my street is either £1 a p or £2. That is going to get nowhere with that.
No, he ain't, is it?
No, he ain't.
That's well bad, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you should know. And he only does bloody card. Stood there with my cash. Bloody hell.
That's well bad, isn't it?
Bloody well bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, bet he can hear me.
Now, chat, I'm from America, but when they saying bloody, ain't that like cussing over there, chat? Is she cussing? Is her saying bloody cussing, right? Don't bloody mean like fucking? You know what I'm saying? Like, or is it like dang? Is her saying bloody like saying dang, or is it an actual cuss word over there? I always thought bloody was like a cuss word, man.
I'm a £1 a p or £2. Like, he's gonna get nowhere with that.
No, he ain't, is it?
No, he ain't.
That's well bad, isn't
Yeah, you
it?
should know. And he only does bloody card. Stood there with my cash. Bloody hell.
That's well bad, isn't it?
Bloody well bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, bet he can hear me.
Dang, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Nah, I ain't seen that one, Lala. Hold on. That shit crazy, man. All right, chat. I'm gonna tell y'all this too. Moving on. State of Florida tells World Economic Forum to shove it. Declines invitation to WEF's major San Francisco summit. The WEF's values and stated objectives do not align with the state of Florida, including the WEF's efforts to transform society through top-down government regulations and institute dangerous programs like the digital IDs and centralized digital banking currencies. Visit Florida CEO Brian D. Griffin told the WEF, "We chose the values of Destin and Dunedin over Davos. Individual liberty and national sovereignty matter and should be protected. I love my state." So Florida declined the invitation to Davos for the World Economic Forum, the summit, man. They declined the invitation to San Francisco for the summit. This girl right here, she's supposed to be on a TV show. What the hell is it? All right, she's supposed to be on a TV show, and they said the Hawk Tour girl, they cut her out. They cut her out of the episode and put the Hawk Tour girl in, and she's pretty upset. Let's watch it. She got a house full of people over here. Damn, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. Her getting replaced by Hawk Tour is kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy, man. Look, we need to get to 100 likes right quick, chat. Double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. We need to get to 100 likes right quick, man. Y'all playing, man. The hell is going on, man? We finna watch this Stu Peters clip. He's saying that CNN just released a top 10 most anti-Semitic list, the most anti-Semitic people on the internet. And we're gonna see what he says about it, man.
But I need to bring this to you. You'll find this over at CNN. Apparently, some Jew somewhere or a group of Jews performed a study. It's now been published at CNN, analyzing the top anti-Semitic influencers on all of the internet. And part of this reads, quote, in total, the top 10 influencers amassed 1,344,908 likes across 675 posts. Examples of anti-Semitic posts from identified influencers can be found at the end of this report, which is, it's basically like a Hall of Fame for the best posts ever. The table lists the top 10 anti-Semitism influencers alongside their attributes, the biggest on X, if they're verified or not, if they have subscription status, and whether or not they have ads. So let's go ahead and pull out, you'll find these at CNN, there it is, and there it is, your boy right at the top, Stu Peters. The data is in, it's indisputable, there it is. Truly, officially the most influential JQ account on all of the planet. All of the planet, in the entire world. One anti-Semitic influencer on the internet is yours truly. And it's been a lot of heavy lifting, and there's been certain sacrifices that have come along with that. But you know, it's really nice to be notated. It's really nice, and I do have an asterisk there next to verified, and that it says at the bottom, the account Real Stu Peters lost his verification and subscriptions. Yeah, you're damn right I did. Who are some of the others that were on that? Put that back up there. Who are some of the others there? There's Dan Bilzerian, Let's Go Brando 45. There's my boy Jake Shields.
The only one I know on all of these really is Shadow of Ezra. That's really the only one I know.
Look at that. Company. There are still few good men left among us, and they are there on that list.
Damn, that's crazy. They dropped the top 10 list, man. Missed the top 10, but I'll probably make another list. That's crazy. That is crazy, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I was trying to figure out how I could get like Omegle or Monkey, cause I want to stream with y'all where I like do random matches with people in the video chat and troll them, whatever, ask them questions that y'all want me to ask them. But I couldn't figure out how to get it set up. Maybe we'll have it tomorrow though, Chad. Maybe we'll have it tomorrow. I told you I'm trying to bring y'all better content. We trying to keep elevating the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out, this the hangout. The voice of the politically homeless, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Share it to your timeline. The last person you text, we are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal.
Paid for my own college, so I knew I'd have to.
Nah, man.
All right, happy Thursday, everybody. And I'm serious. You should be happy and you should be merry because the tapestry is unraveling, right? I mean, there has been an extremely carefully woven.
All right, chat. Damn, everybody love. Why y'all leave, man? Double tap the screen, shut a live out.
Tapestry of deception in all of our lives. And I think that Charlie Kirk's assassination, while of course it was a tragedy, worked to awaken the world to a deeper.
Thank you, Cypher, for the donation. Thank you, Cypher, for the donation. Y'all get Cypher some flames on that donation.
Evil, something more sinister that sits below. So today we are going to talk about the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, because suddenly Kash Patel wants to distance the feds from them. I don't really think that's possible, and I'm wondering why he chose yesterday to do that. Plus, we received a few tips regarding the woman who is missing from the footage, and while we certainly cannot confirm that it's actually this individual.
Chat, is her voice low now? Is it still low?
I find the fact that she gave a public testimony to be pretty interesting. What she says is interesting. Also, what she does for a living is even more interesting. Our witness tree grows. Welcome back to Candace. Okay, I need you guys locked in because things are becoming increasingly interesting, okay? Yesterday, the FBI made a rather curious announcement. They announced that they were going to cut ties with the ADL, right? You know what the ADL is, the Anti-Defamation League, and the reasons, well, because they had listed Charlie Kirk and his organization, TPUSA, to be extremist. Everybody's an extremist according to the ADL. But I want you guys to know that this is not a subtle announcement. We need to unpack this announcement. Because I don't care what side of the aisle that you are on, you need to understand that the ADL is not, nor has it ever been, what it purports to be, okay? Purports to be, we're just looking out and hate speech and extremism. No. The reality is the ADL was born out of a Jewish Freemason organization.
Man, ain't no way Candace got everybody running around with CIA shirts on, man. Like, I know it's Candace Intelligence Agency, but like, if I jump out somewhere and I just see like a group of people walking around with CIA shirts on, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Known as B'nai B'rith. Now, you're on my book club, but Sigmund Freud was a member of B'nai B'rith. We were discussing, we're reading right now the book, The Assault on Truth, and Sigmund Freud is very relevant. You have to learn the history of Sigmund Freud. He's in all of our schools, all of our universities, taught as a hero, the history of the psychoanalytic movement. Look, the reality is, him and all of his homies were covering up for incestuous child abuse. That is a fact, okay? They can't wipe that stain away. Quite literally, the way that they did this was through the mechanism of gaslighting. That's what he is the father of, public gaslighting, okay? That's what modern psychology is. Moved to instead diagnose people who were being abused, right? They were using their credentials, I'm a this, I'm a that, to make people, maybe the wider public, believe that their gaslighting was actually legitimate. That is what the book, The Assault on Truth, unpacks. It is therefore a must read because you have to realize how horrific the crimes were that were being committed that they were covering for. So Sigmund Freud was in B'nai B'rith, and the ADL was born out of B'nai B'rith. Why? Well, because they put the organization together to defend a pedophile and a murderer. His name is Leo Frank.
So they saying his early medical training and clinical work were deeply influenced by the psychiatric practices of his time, including those involving insane asylums. He studied under Jean Martin Carcot at the Salpêtrière Hospital in Paris, a major institution for the mentally ill, where he observed the use of hypnotism to treat hysteria and was inspired by the legacy of Philippe Pinel, who revolutionized mental health care by advocating for humane treatment. So that's a far cry from what Candace is saying. So she did say that they champion him. He said Floyd himself initially employed treatments in common in asylums. So they're saying that he's the one that put it out there and that worked his way into the asylums, such as electrotherapy, where Alex Jones is talking about shocking people on the back of their neck for 3 or 4 minutes and they won't remember nothing for 6 to 9 months. They're saying he was one of the people doing that, I guess. Hypnotism and the rest cure, which involved isolation and massage. Chat, have y'all seen that guy? He's like a swimmer. I think he said he swam for like 5 days and 4 nights straight, but he said he trained his brain to where one side of his brain can sleep and the other side is like on autopilot or awake. He knows how to, I don't know. He's saying that humans are evolving and they're using him as a test to show that humans are evolving. He's saying that he can make one side of his brain sleep while he's swimming. He swam for 5 days, 4 nights straight.
Leo Frank was an unbelievable...
Now, I don't know, man. When I hear shit like that, I get to thinking people be high. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was just booted up, but nah, he's saying he know how to make one side of his brain go to sleep.
Unbelievably wealthy Jewish factory owner down in Atlanta. And this is 1913. It's very relevant. You should know this happened in 1913. And this is the...
Holly, what the hell is dumb as hell? What is dumb as hell, Holly?
American South. You know what was going on there. And Mary Fagan was a 13-year-old girl who worked at his pencil factory. She was found brutally raped. Okay, she's a Catholic girl, by the way. I want to say that. She was a young Catholic girl. Frank, even with all of his money, all of his connections, the best lawyers that money could buy, connections all the way to the Supreme Court, he was so guilty of what happened that despite the fact that he tried to pin it on a poor black janitor, even in the segregated South, where people were just like, hey, give us any reason and we will go lynch a black person, the racist segregated South, him guilty. Okay, they still found Leo Frank guilty, and so much has been written to try to obscure this. Still, they are still trying to defend Leo Frank. What happened then is that his buddies over at the Freemasonic Lodge, B'nai B'rith, assembled the ADL to gaslight the public. No, Leo Frank wasn't guilty. Look what happened after. He was lynched for what he did to Mary Fagan. He is actually a victim of anti-Semitism. That's it. He wasn't guilty. I'm sure maybe the black guy did it in 1913 Atlanta, and everyone conspired to instead attack a wealthy factory owner. Like I said, to this day, they are using those mechanisms to try to gaslight us and to pretend that Leo Frank is really the victim in this tragedy. It's utterly demented. I will never let it stand. He killed Mary Fagan. He is still guilty of that crime, no matter how much the ADL tries to obscure that. And by the way, if you want to learn more, you should learn more about Mary Fagan's murder. I can point you guys, there's a book called The Murder of Little Mary Fagan, and it is written by a relative of hers, and that relative's name is also Mary Fagan. You should read the details of what happened 100 years ago. You should read the facts around it, read the case documents, learn about the brutal rape and the murder and what happened thereafter, because so much has been written since to try to obscure those facts. So go to the family member as a source. Do that in your own spare time. In fact, maybe I should add it to the book club list. Anyways, the reason why I'm telling you that is because it really is a very crucial element of our history that you need to come to terms with, right? The modern media machine
all of these journalists who lie and gaslight. You're seeing it right now, what they're writing about me. It's insane. They are students of effectively the psychoanalytic community. Let's gaslight and then we will diagnose. Gaslight and diagnose. Seeing it happen in real time pertaining to the Charlie Kirk case. Watched him be murdered, and then we watched the feds lie to us rather fanatically. The text messages, I think, were really the what is going on. And now they're yelling at us for noticing. Like, we are all...
Appreciate that, Christopher. Can everybody double tap the screen, share the live out? We are chasing 100 likes right now. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We're fighting a shadow ban, so I need y'all's help. Really, I really truly do. If you're watching on your phone, tap the screen twice. Just boom, boom, and that'll help the channel.
Being abused right now by the press, right? They're trying to spin it. No, I can't believe people have questions. The conspiracies are so bad. These text messages were totally legit. Anybody who wants to investigate it further, crazy. Oh, just totally crazy. We're all clinically insane. We should probably consult a physician. How dare we? It's inappropriate. Candace, they always say this, she must be suffering from postpartum psychosis. Okay, whatever you want to call the thing is that I'm suffering from when you watch your friend...
I don't think she's suffering from postpartum psychosis. It could be, like, I've dealt with, I've been around somebody who had postpartum, you know what I'm saying? So, like, postpartum is serious. A lot of men don't really understand it. I didn't understand it until, you know, I wanted to understand it. Let's just put it that way. I didn't understand it till I wanted to. But I think what Candace is dealing with is paranoia. Like, when it comes to her telling everybody take their kids out of school, she means it, and she's right. There is an attack on kids, but she's pushing it so hard because she's scared. Her kids are a vulnerability. When you're out here truth telling, or even if you're in the streets gang banging or hustling, or even if you working just certain kind of jobs or certain fields, you understand, like, your kids are a weak point for you, and you sending your kids out into the world, other people around them. She said that teachers had different ideologies. I think Candace is going through like a mass paranoia right now. Her friend just got shot publicly in front of everybody. People are coming up dead around big tech companies. She's at the peak of her career, coming up on probably 6 million. Coming up on probably 6 million subscribers. My gimbal died. Coming up on like 6 million subscribers on YouTube. She's going viral everywhere, probably doing 100 million views a week or better across all platforms. She's paranoid, man. I think that's what it is. I just think she's paranoid. She has children. I don't know if she has 2 or 3 children. I think Candace just paranoid.
Bullet in the neck, you can call it that. Diagnose it if you need to. Anyways, you guys, the time has come for us to wake up. Now, it should unnerve you with that little bit of history that despite their well-documented...
You talking about you're as dumb as Candace, she's nothing but a grifter. How about you hold my nuts, Mina? How about that? Nobody came to see you, Mina. How about that?
They coming to see me.
They coming to see the temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could.
Now grift your ass up out of my damn chat, Mina. Damn, I messed up my damn audio over here fucking with you, Mina. Damn, man. Hold on, chat.
You can call it that. Diagnose it if you need to. Anyways, you guys, the time has come for us to wake up. Now, it should unnerve you with that little bit of history that despite their well-documented founding, the ADL is so powerful an organization. They have been directing the FBI for years, okay? They label people who tell the truth extremists. They put them on a list. I think it effectively works as a hit list. And then they direct and work with the FBI in partnership to go after those extremists, okay? That is a very weird relationship, a strange relationship, an immoral relationship, and a corrupt relationship. Now, I want you to know that I learned that recently, last year, that both the left and the right work with the ADL. Okay, there was this lie that's told publicly. I believed it, that it's just the left. It's all left leaning. No. They work with both the left and the right. The neocons on the right side work arm in arm with the ADL and feed them names, primarily of anyone, I should say, who is an enemy to the state of Israel. So currently you have Trump people who I guess are trying to save face for their remarkable lack of curiosity as it pertains to who assassinated Charlie Kirk, who loved them and worked did whatever he could to support their administration. They're trying to save face and pretend that they're upset, like, oh, we're going to...
Hey, chat, double tap the screen and shut a live out, man. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Let's get a quick 25 subs. Let's get the 39,400 subscribers right quick, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out for me.
Something. It's not okay that this happened. Look over here, right? Oh, look over here. The ADL put Charlie Kirk on a list. Now that he's dead, we demand post-justice. And Kash Patel's doing that. He's acting right now. He's pretending that he's delivering some form of justice. I think Elon Musk tweeted about Charlie Kirk and TPUSA being on the list, and then it kind of caught fire. And this became the new conservative talking point. The ADL must pay for that. And sure enough, the FBI director, Kash Patel, announced yesterday that he ended, this is over. Yes, the ADL was training FBI agents and sharing intelligence in partnership with the FBI. The FBI and the ADL had a partnership sharing intel. They were training agents, and he says no more. Okay, he wrote this in a tweet. Comey wrote love letters to the ADL and embedded FBI agents with them, a group that ran disgraceful ops spying on Americans. That era is over. The FBI won't partner with political fronts masquerading as watchdogs. Now, if you're on the right, you're supposed to go, yay! Justice served! Very graciously to this, they issued a statement immediately. They said, as we prepare to observe the holiest day of the year on the Jewish calendar, I don't know, that's just like, I guess they're a victim somehow, we have seen the statement from the FBI Director Patel regarding the FBI's relationship. ADL has deep respect for the Federal Bureau of Investigation and law enforcement officers at all levels across the country who work tirelessly every single day to protect all Americans, regardless of their ancestry, religion, ethnicity, faith, political affiliation, or any other point of difference. In light of an unprecedented surge of anti-Semitism, we remain more committed than ever to our core purpose to protect the Jewish people. You should know that all of that you just heard, okay, is BS, okay? It's slave slop. We are the slaves, and they are serving us slop right now. The illusion that things are changing, the illusion that it's left versus right, or that it's Jewish Americans versus everybody else. Hey, Jewish Americans, if you're watching this, you want to wake up to the ADL, is not your friend at all. They don't care about what happens to you. If you need more proof, you should know that they curiously removed the Azov battalion. They're carving swastikas on their head, Ukrainians murdering people. They removed them from the hate list. Candace Owens is on there, though. I'm sure you guys go to bed and you're worried about Candace Owens and not the people that are carving freaking swastikas on their head and murdering people, okay? They don't care. That's all. This is all just slop. Left versus right illusion, whatever it is. More important question that I want to get to is why now? Why are they putting on this performative bit right now? Well, okay, I made an offhand remark about the ADL and the FBI sharing an office in Connecticut. Now, I know this because I'm from Connecticut, so there's no way to try to obscure that fact. Back in 2023, actually, a Catholic investigator revealed this and shared it. He addressed it in a series of tweets. Kyle Undercover wrote, I gathered property records for the 19 different states that the ADL has a regional office established. The report reveals that in the state of Connecticut, the ADL shares an office space with the FBI. They also share an office space with the United Nations in New York. Now, same building, across the hall, whatever. That's a fact, and it makes sense. You shouldn't be that shocked when they're owning the fact that they share information. It's easier to share information if you're sharing an office space, right? Anyways, he goes on and he writes, after reviewing the 19 ADL offices, we can see an alarming trend. 63% of the ADL's regional offices are located within various banking institutions. 42% are located within various law firms, ranging from immigration to criminal law. You should keep that in mind for what we're going to talk about later on the show. and 10% are located in Jewish institutions. So you get the point. Why am I telling you this? Because after I made that offhand remark yesterday, I received a rather stunning tip, which I have been able to corroborate, that out of all of the FBI boroughs in the United States, regarding which there are 55 main boroughs and over 350 satellite boroughs, the FBI sent the specific Connecticut borough down to UVU after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. To help investigate the assassination, okay, let's just look at the map again. They decided upwards on the East Coast and to send office from that borough to UVU. I'm wondering why they did that. I'd like an answer. We're probably not going to get it. We're not getting answers in anything. I wonder what moved them to send that particular borough down to UVU. It just feels like you got a lot around you.
Y'all remember when Cash Patel Oz was bouncing? He's like, yeah, we're working with law enforcement agencies. We have agencies coming from around the country right now. They're on their way down here right now to investigate. We have agents from all over the country that are specializing in. Y'all remember when his eyes was bouncing around? He was talking like that about that.
Of options. It wasn't exactly like necessary for you to do that. Probably Kirk gets assassinated, and yeah, that person provided proof. They said that we are 1,000% certain. I said I'm going to need to see proof. Unbelievably, I'd like to know why they did that. Right? Why suddenly now Cash Patel is making a strong statement against the ADL. All of that just feels a little too close to comfort. And by the way, how do you separate when you're just across the hall? Was this thing that you guys are not speaking to each other anymore? Are we supposed to be this dumb?
Hey, chat, press 1 if the audio good. Press 2 if the audio is not good. Lakers said the audio messed up, man. Press 1 if it's good, 2 if it's not good.
Okay? Ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Wanted to share that. Okay, anyways, jumping back into more oddities that occurred on that day, despite having these federal agents from Connecticut. Now, I have presented to you just right that a lot of these witnesses that immediately spoke out to say, here's what happened, here's how many shots, here's what I heard, that they had strange connections to the government or like weren't from UVU at all, were coming from overseas, didn't really make sense. I was trying to understand that. And yesterday, of course, we were trying to figure out who was this mysterious woman that was allegedly seen helping the shooter change clothes. I got that one tip from an individual, completely unrelated, said, yes, there was footage of a person helping the shooter change clothes. And then suddenly we were able to discern, at the very least, that someone in the Broderick Lyman family certainly acknowledges that there was a woman, at the very least, who she suspected could have been an accomplice. She didn't say anything about the person changing clothes, but we can watch that clip again to hear what she says.
If you time how long it took him to get from that little part over to here.
Alright, y'all said y'all don't hear but one word every 6 seconds. Alright, hold on, chat. Hold on. Hold on, chat.
Ready to start eating healthier? Meat?
Hell no, not quite yet.
Acknowledges that there was a woman, at the very least.
I'm trying to make sure this motherfucker back right.
Battalion. I mean this because you see proof, unbelievably, or like weren't from UVU at all, or coming from overseas, didn't really make sense. I was trying to understand.
It sound good on my end, chat. I don't know what's going on with y'all. It sound good on my end.
She suspected could have been an accomplice. She didn't say anything about the person changing clothes, but we can watch that clip again to hear what she says.
If you time how long it took him to get from that little part over to here, was way longer than it should have been. So I wondered if the girl had given him stuff, like if there is an accomplice. Sorry, you're filming.
And it said right here, that picture from Sam's across the street, he was right here.
Yep.
So we received a couple of tips pertaining to who that woman might have been, according to rumors circulating around Orem. And I want to be very clear, when we say that this is a rumor, I mean that you should take this information with a grain of salt. We cannot present it at face value because we don't have the footage, right? I cannot say this is a fact. I can say that this lead became more interesting to me, and that the FBI should clarify things. It's that simple. Let us see all the footage. Seem even remotely interested in trying to help us clarify anything. Anyways, the name that we had received was, it turned out, somebody that actually provided the only eyewitness testimony of having seen the shooter up close, limping. So it's possible, just to run the other side of things, that this woman captured both of them walking back to back, and she just was walking near him and she had nothing to do with helping him change. That's all possible, and you should consider that possibility. We don't have answers. But there's something else interesting about her. Like I said, the testimony that she provided is interesting, and she is the only person that saw the shooter limping up close. And her name, and we know this because she spoke to the news, they all did, is Olivia Robertson Cobb Bishop. Let's listen to her testimony now.
I kind of realized the type of street I was on, a little bit more secluded, you know.
Olivia Bishop retraces her steps where she came face to face with Charlie Kirk's alleged killer.
Just looking over, seeing that he was limping, kind of being like, oh, okay. And then long black shirt, kind of thinking that's kind of weird. It's kind of super hot outside.
Bishop says something seemed a little off.
I did look over at him and he was kind of like...
Yeah, see, the long shirt in Utah, chat, you know, Utah really ain't got YNs out there, you know, so like in the South or, you know, in the cities, urban areas, it's not really surprising to see long sleeve shirts or hoodies or something because of the YNs. You know, the YNs don't have an internal temperature. You know, it can be 100,000 degrees outside, but they can still survive in the hoodie. Utah has a lack of YN, so it was probably weird to her seeing this long shirt.
Like that was his face, just kind of like, not a smile or anything.
From the expressionless demeanor, long sleeve shirt during a hot summer day, to the limp.
It's kind of odd, I don't know. Like, now that I think about it, it's just very, like, chilling to me.
Chilling. After reading charging documents online and seeing this video of Robinson walking away from UVU after Kirk was shot, that's when she realized she'd been only feet away from the accused killer. Now, she questions whether she could have done more.
Had I seen the imprint of a rifle down his leg, if I had looked at him a little longer, then immediately after that happened, would I have thought back to him, you know? And been able to, like, alert authorities quicker.
Bishop realizes there's nothing she could have done differently.
But just to have been, like, an eyewitness to him on his way there is just shocking to me.
When I saw that, I was actually kind of giddy because I was like, finally, it looks like a college student from UVU.
See, this is what I think, Chad. I just had a damn epiphany, and I've been thinking about it, but what does Candace say? I don't know, but I know. All of this shit, we keep asking what's the distractions for, what's the messages for, what are they trying to do, man? It's the Palantir shit, bro. Like, they're trying to roll out the predictive text. Like, they're not gonna take our guns. I don't think they're gonna take the guns. I don't think they're gonna take the guns. I don't think they're gonna lock it down. I think they're gonna just roll out the AI predictive text. Like, I was watching the video and he said the second that you up your gun, the AI is gonna pick it up and they're gonna know exactly who you are and that you up that gun. They already got the technology to know what type of gunfire it was, basically to know like where to locate the gunshot. They got a thing where they can locate the area the gunshot came in and what kind of gunfire it was, whether it was automatic, whether it was, you know, all of that shit, man. They got that already. But he said that they're going to have it too. They already got the police body cams. They took the police body cams from $7,000 down to $70. And he said that they're going to know. He said it right after the Charlie Kirk shooting. He said it, the moment that gun would have been up, the AI would have alerted authorities, man. I think that's what they finna roll out.
Who is speaking to the news? That's great. I then had to wonder what she was studying, and it turns out no, she doesn't go to UVU. I don't know. They just
and they're gonna dress it up like, well, we're not gonna take your guns. You'll be able to keep your guns. You'll be nothing to change. It'll just be quicker response. You know what I'm saying? Quicker response.
a lot of these people were not available that day, but what she does for a living is quite interesting because there's an emerging pattern, and for whatever reason, nobody who spoke to the press said what their connections were. It turns out that she works for the Orem Police Department. She's a record specialist. I'll tell you guys, kind of unbelievably, in August, you're going to believe this, they kind of lost a lot of people that were working at the department. There's a Facebook post, people that were retiring, a lot of changes that were happening. I don't know when she started working there, but she works at the Orem Police Department, and we're hearing a lot of stuff about some plausible corruption that might be going on there. And I just said, wow, okay. Curiously, she also...
I think Charlie Kirk is no longer with us. I think it was a play and it's deeper than they're letting on, but I do think Charlie Kirk is passed on. I don't think Charlie Kirk is somewhere hiding. I don't think he's on the island. I looked at the Valhalla and all of that. I don't think he's on the island nowhere. I think Charlie Kirk is no longer with us, and I think it was a deeper play though than they're letting on.
It was to be a close witness to when Charlie got shot, and I'm wondering, if you work for the Orem Police Department, what were you doing going to a Charlie Kirk event in the middle of the day? Assuming that's a full-time job, Charlie spoke on a Wednesday. What were you doing there at all, actually? Is this like the longest lunch break ever? Meeting up with some friends, she says. Meeting up with some friends, okay. Another thing that we were able to learn is that she met up with her husband. Like, how are all of these people just allowed to leave work to hear Charlie Kirk speak? I'm interested. So I reach out, obviously.
Thank you, local crackheads.
Sent her a text. We were able to find her number. She doesn't want to speak about anything. She says that was it. She just wanted to speak right there, give her testimony, and that she gave the appropriate information to the appropriate authorities. So that there, beyond that, is just going to be a dead end. But I'd like to take a broader look at our witness tree, because it's growing, right? It's growing, our witness tree. We've got Tiffany Barker, of course. She's with the nieces. Her sister was Phil Lyman's running mate. She spoke to Good Morning America in the wee hours of the morning after. Phil Lyman, of course, our guy, he really does not like me at all. He wants me to know that he thinks I'm shady, that I'm an accomplice to something. He ran for Utah governor in 2024. He's featured George Zinn on his website at that time, spoke to Alex Jones, Fox News, News Nation, really anybody that would have him. Now we have Olivia Bishop. She works for the Orem Police Records Specialist, and she works as the Orem Police Records Specialist, and she spoke to local news. Who else do we have here? Well, let me show you this other video, which gets interesting, okay? Check out this USA Today video of people speaking about what they heard and what they saw. Take a listen.
It sounds like lightning. It was so loud. I thought the shooter was right there in the crowd, and apparently he wasn't. Apparently he was far off. Everybody got down, and I instantly just started praying for Charlie Kirk. And the girl I was next to, she was bawling because she had seen it. She had seen the graphic imagery of the bullet piercing his neck and opening his neck up, and I can't imagine what it was like to see that.
I actually was just walking up. I was going to the event with a friend, and so I was in the back of the crowd still walking to get closer when I heard the pop of a gunshot. The people started screaming and running. So I took a knee, just that habit from being in the Marine Corps, and people were still screaming and running, and I just decided to look for the shooter, wherever they might be. But people just kept clearing out.
Basically, I just heard a shot, and I saw him falling towards the left, so I knew he got shot on the collarbone or the neck right here. but I didn't see bleed immediately. I just saw and I heard, and we all crouched down, and I wish there was a better security. I was a little surprised when I walked into the courtyard and there wasn't any metal detector. There were securities around the building, but it wasn't really solid.
Okay, so to show you who those individuals are, a lot of software engineers, we can pull back up Emmanuel Burier. You saw his name there again. We're pulling people that spoke to the press publicly. We're not revealing any information here, but he works for Domo Incorporated. His history is that he is a software engineer, a technical advisor. His name is German in origin. I'd like to know a little bit more. Also, when I look up these people, by the way, none of them have reached out to me. Like, from the minute that this all happened, I asked for information. And for whatever reason, these people were very anxious to speak to the press right after. But then we're like, you know what? We're not gonna speak to anybody else about that. Same for Gurno owner. We covered this. He was with Bill Lyman's nephew, cousin. We learned was a software engineer from Austria. So Austria, Germany, okay. Featured in Shayner's Instagram. And that guy, Scott Robbins, that you saw looking like a college kid, well, he was also a gubernatorial candidate. He ran for governor of Utah in 2024. Nobody mentioned this. I guess all of these USA Today or AP, nobody asked them like who they were, if they were college students, and for whatever reason, everybody that they spoke to, that. Continue to grow this witness tree. Robbie Hild, we've put a TBD on because we're getting crazy information on him. We're calling him Mr. Worldwide over here. We've got Robbie Hild in the Cayman Islands. We've got Robbie Hild in Spain. We've got Robbie Hild all over. And so that's going to take some time. We need to be more thorough in that. And we will have more on Robbie Hild on Monday. Anyways, guys, this is a good time to pause and read some of our sponsors. You guys know I love Riverbend Ranch. Their steaks are phenomenal. They really are just flash Candace.
I know they sending Candace some good ass steaks too. I know they sending her some good T-bones, man.
Okay, so it's looking like an operation, right? We are right now living through the JFK assassination. We weren't there for that. The majority of us weren't there for that. I wasn't there for that. Wondered. We knew we were still being lied to about that assassination. And I just wondered, like AJ did, Aloud yesterday, did all of the homies of JFK just try to cover it up? I think the answer might be yes. I think he was surrounded. I think he was infiltrated. And then they got rid of him because of wrongthink. He had the wrong ideas that perhaps maybe every foreign nation should register under FARA. Anyways, how this works is that then you have to kind of put together like a Warren Commission, right? JFK, the Warren Commission, a complete and utter farce to pretend like the government's taking it seriously and investigating. Well, if Tyler Robinson's going to be our patsy, and I do want to be clear here, I'm not saying that Tyler Robinson is guilty of nothing. It's gun, there's weird stuff going on there. I don't believe he pulled the trigger.
Because they said, when you listen to what they said that his DNA was found on the towel, not the gun. Right. His DNA was found on the towel, not the gun. Then we got Candace reporting that allegedly his parents said that it looked like the agents were in there trying to stage the scene. Right? It looked like the agents were in there trying to stage the scene and shit. And then they said that the towel had his DNA on it, not the gun, the towel.
But if they're going to make that stick, then you got to have...
What's up, C's?
You got to have a lawyer that's working for the prosecution, right? Well, that's what's going on. Recently, Elizabeth Lane went on the Redacted podcast, and she discussed how the prosecutor is picking his opponent in the Tyler Robinson case. Take a listen to her explain that.
Investigative journalist Elizabeth Lane is not giving up on this story. She's been on the ground in Utah connecting the CIA dots, the three-letter agency dots and connections, and she joins us now. Elizabeth, great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me, Clayton. I looked at Tyler Robinson's case and I thought, well, why don't I get this guy a lawyer? Because that at least puts me near him so I can understand and control the process. And this is times where they couldn't find the guy a lawyer, and they were kind of scrambling around to figure out who was going to be his lawyer. And I started approaching different firms in Utah, trying to get him a lawyer for pro bono. So I walked up to one of the most reputable firms in Utah, and I asked them if they were willing to represent Tyler Robinson for pro bono case. And I was extremely surprised what I got from them. First and foremost, they were like, yes, we're absolutely on this, because we don't believe that what happened to Charlie Kirk was remotely a case of just a single, crazy kid going up and shooting the guy in the neck. Like, we don't believe that, so we are more than willing to represent him pro bono. So I was like, great. So we started the process, and what happened is we realized that we needed lawyers who are actually certified with death penalty, so their certifications didn't live up to that. But there's another interesting thing. When I did find a lawyer that was certified to represent Tyler Robinson, obviously I needed a consent from Robinson's family or Robinson himself, because he's actually not a minor. He can consent himself. Ironically, we were unable to get in touch with the parents, because as a lawyer you can't solicit clients, so it's illegal. So you can't just announce yourself that I'm going to represent Tyler Robinson. So I started doing that. So I got into this process, and I asked my local lawyer firm, hey, what's the best way to go around here? Like, we need help to get the lawyer from New York who is certified to represent Tyler to get on the case. So he said, whatever you do, Elizabeth, do not get in touch with the firms in Utah that are the most powerful, because they are in on it with the state. No matter what happens, they will take the side of the state. I did not listen to him, and I ended up calling one of the biggest firms in Utah just to ask for an advice. Like, what is the situation here? What can we do? They started screaming on the phone, and I was like, why do you even care? Like, you don't have a dog in this fight. Why are you so rude on the phone? So then I said, listen, there is a lawyer who's qualified, and he's actually very famous in New York, wants to represent this kid. All I need is a consent from Tyler Robinson to do so, and we think that you can help. To this, I got a very rude response that only Scordis is allowed to find a representation for Tyler Robinson. So Scordis is a guy who's running as a state prosecutor. So here's the problem with...
How can the state prosecutor pick the opponent? But listen, she tripping anyway, because if she need Tyler to get a damn lawyer, Tyler can't go anywhere. I mean, damn, you looking for Tyler's parents? We just said Tyler's 18. He's locked the hell up. He can't go nowhere. What? Write him a letter. Book a video visit. Do something. Call the jail. Send the lawyer to the jail. He's in the county, chat. It's not like he's in the prison to where you have to get on the list to be able to call. This is Securus. This is the county. Tyler Robinson is in the county jail right now, or is he in the feds? Is he in the federal holding facility or the county right now, chat? Y'all let me know. Even if he's in federal holding, he should still be able to set up a call. He still should not have to, you shouldn't have to get on a list to talk to him.
With that, state prosecutor cannot be responsible to find a lawyer for a defendant. That's illegal. So
right, that they're choosing their own opponent.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
And this is something that I've been wondering about, because it seems like an open and shut case for any defense attorney, because the government has presented such a crap case, unless his attorney is a shill.
Yes, so what I know is that Scordis is running as a state prosecutor. He's running. Everyone can look it up. It's on his website. So it's not quite illegal for him to find a lawyer for Tyler, but it would be illegal if he was a state prosecutor. But what it is, though, is highly unethical.
Highly unethical. And the reason why I wanted to show you that clip is because I've learned a lot over the last couple of years. And what I can tell you is that this gang that's running everything, okay, they also are controlling the courts. That's how you get a prosecution against somebody that makes no sense. And why do you do that? Because typically you're hiding government's crimes, right? You want people to stop looking, you want people to stop asking questions. You're not just asking questions. Yeah, no, we are implying here that everything you're telling us about the Tyler Robinson case makes no sense, but these people control the courts. And I gotta tell you another thing, I wanna be very clear. Have figured out how to run a kangaroo court system, total kangaroo court system, where judges do not have to follow the law. Okay, Ian Carroll was on my show speaking about this, pertaining to Justin Bieber. It is a fact. Arbitration courts, so they get you to sign a contract, and you agree. If you have an issue, go to arbitration court. Most people don't know what that means. Private court, where the judge...
Yeah, Chad, he gonna be in the hole right now. As soon as they brought him in because of what he did, like they got him in the turtle suit, he's gonna be in the hole, but he should still be able to get letters and he should still get phone time. Like, that woman could have sent the letter to that man. Whether he got the letter or not, whether the jail gave him the letter or not, that's debatable.
Does not have to follow the law. They can just say you're guilty. And when you get to that level, there's usually a couple of reasons why they got these players that work for the government and are willing to lie and cheat and steal. And it is because the government needs a prosecution, or you've pissed them off and they need a conviction against you because they're trying to bankrupt you. Okay? The corrupt cases, when you get really close to a truth, the government swoops in to try to bankrupt you. I am living proof of that. Never in the history of the world ever.
Couldn't she just pay the lawyer something? Like, I know the lawyer's doing it pro bono and he can't solicit it, but like, couldn't he just couldn't somebody essentially just pay the lawyer something? And the lawyer would get on the case, and then after he talks to his client or whatever, then they could go move forward with the pro bono. Since the lawyer can't solicit it or whatever, couldn't essentially this woman or whatever just pay the lawyer something? I'm asking, Chad. I'm just asking.
Has there been a sitting leader of a foreign country that has sued a podcaster or a news member, even a journalist in a foreign country for defamation? Okay, I am the first. It is because we are getting close to a lot of truth when it comes to Brigitte Macron. Okay, and so now what they're doing is they're calling their cronies. Brigitte Macron has hired former federal prosecutors, and she's hiring a firm here. Why? Because the next option is Kansas and Shut Up are going to bankrupt her. These are the people that want you to believe they're successful in life organically. No. The entire system is rigged. It's rigged, okay? If you get too close to them and too powerful, usually suddenly a person gets inclined to commit suicide. We don't know why. And then suddenly there's a hostile takeover of their company, or, a random person shoots them, right? If there's any threat against them, it's either you're smeared, you are bankrupted in rather mysterious circumstances. So watch this, because you're learning the playbook. Everybody's waking up right now. You need to pay attention to this. This is another one of their mechanisms. They control the courts, and they will get whatever it is they need to get accomplished in the courts, whether it's bankruptcy or a conviction that makes literally no sense, as is going to be the case with Tyler Robinson. They're going to convict him, right? They found their patsy. They're going to make it work, and they're going to keep threatening the rest of us for noticing that nothing makes sense at all. Further to that point, I had done, and if you have not watched it, you should jump into the Epstein series that we paused because this happened, where we talked about that, the hand of Midas, making these people executives. We're more successful because we're brighter. No, you're more successful because you're more corrupt. You're willing to lie, cheat, steal, and kill, actually, to get whatever it is that you want. And the Jeffrey Epstein story has all of those elements, right? I think actually it was the day that Charlie was killed. Quietly voted. We're not going to actually release any Epstein files. Wow, how do they maneuver that? Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been very loud about how she is against that. She has grown increasingly vocal, and she feels the need, as she did a couple of days ago, to publicly clarify that she is not suicidal. She wrote, "I am not suicidal, and I'm one of the happiest and healthiest people that you will meet. I have full faith in God, and Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. As a sinner, I am only saved through his grace and mercy. With that said, if something happens to me, I ask you all to find out which foreign government or powerful people would take heinous actions to stop the information from coming out. Not only about this issue, but because of the truth that I have been speaking, the people understand what I am saying. Yes, we are the people, and we understand what you are saying. We understand why speech is considered so dangerous, why the ADL creates a list, features people like Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA and Candace Owens. Why speech is so dangerous is because if it carries truth, power, or is not truth, power at this moment is a lie. It is a carefully woven lie everywhere, rigged against all of us. That is why I say the action that you can take, right? Don't feel hopeless, but understand they're actually panicking right now. What can you do in your household? Well, the first you can do is do not put your children in their matrix. Take your kids out of school. These sleeper cells are all across the nation, okay? And we're going to get into this next week. I wanted to make sure that I could get more thorough and show to you the Ukrainian connections that are coming across in this that are very strange, but I guess not so strange when you pay attention to the last shootings, trans shootings that have happened. The Catholic school shooting, the person was scribbling in their notebook recently, the shooter in Cyrillic. What's that about? What's that about? Why do we suddenly have Russian speakers that are involved in these sorts of things? We are looking at a program, and we're going to speak more about that because you have to understand it is dangerous what's happening right now. It's a dangerous game, and we're playing with dangerous people. And if it ever needed to be said, I am certainly not suicidal. I'm angry. I'm angry at people that are homicidal is really what's happening, and enough is enough. And if we are not brave enough to speak out, if we are not brave enough to take that action to begin something as minor as homeschooling our kids, getting out of their system entirely, then our children are going to inherit a world in which the truly evil people have completely wrapped everything, right? They have wrapped everything and they control everything. It's up to us, guys, and I think we're close. So I'm going to leave that at that. Speak about a couple more sponsors before getting into some of your comments and questions that you have. I should have first let you know we did open another tips line because we are at max capacity. I want to remind you guys, if you have tips pertaining to Robbie Hild, anything that we are saying about what took place on Orem on that day, tips does not include, Candace, have you seen this theory? Watch this TikTok, please, guys. We are trying not to have our inbox cluttered because we want to get to all of these tips. It's a lot of information. Please email more tips at CandaceOwens.com. More tips at CandaceOwens.com if you have a tip pertaining to what took place on that day. First, want to throw it to 7 Weeks Coffee. You guys know I love them. It's America's pro-life coffee company. The pro-life mission is important because they don't want us to have a lot of children. More of them, less of us. Well, Owens. All right, you guys. Comment that I want to read from YouTube yesterday. It made me so happy. I also shared it on my Instagram. A little encouragement regarding homeschooling, because that is what I am pushing for. This user wrote, my sister took her 4-year-old out of school yesterday, literally started homeschooling this morning. I cannot go into detail, but I'll say this. Financially, they will be tight, but she said that it is worth it. Since I saw her conviction, I volunteered myself to be his PE and music teacher as his extracurricular activities. Like they say, it takes a village. Indeed, I love that. I also want you to know, network with moms in the area, because like what you're saying, I can do PE. That's what me and another mom did. I was like, let's just figure this out. We know something is wrong. Something dangerous is coming. We can all feel it spiritually. And I'm telling you, these sleeper cells exist in public schools, private schools. They are there. They're
Straight up, chat. That's the end of her episode. She gonna take some comments. Double tap the screen, shut her live out, chat. We just hit 39,400 subs. Let's get 25 quick subscribers. We're gonna see what Alex Jones is talking about. He says somebody's still trying to buy his company, man. I think he just launched the app too. His app's like number 5 on the App Store today. Let's see what the hell going on.
Largest audience in the country. So it's Bill over here.
Y'all see he cut the Hitler stash. His shit starting to grow back now. He cut the Hitler stash. His shit starting to grow back. Double tap the screen, shut her live out, chat.
They put out different averages, Doge did. But upwards of half.
All right, Drew. Have a good night, Drew.
It's absolutely out of control. control. And in their face. So we've got a lot of interesting clips on that front. A lot of good things happening. A lot of good actions I'm starting to see out of the DOJ. Ed Martin's got his grand juries open.
Nah, my kids aren't homeschooled anymore, Dennis. I did homeschool my kids for their first 5 years, but they wanted to go to school, so I thought we had tried out for a little bit, man. We tried out for a little bit, but nah, I did homeschool my kids for 4 years, 5 years, 4.
Andrew Weissman, who's one of the top Democrat strategist kingpins of all the lawfare and terrorizing the American people. A bunch of other grand jury information now coming out. Very, very exciting. We'll be getting to that. Kash Patel announces FBI cutting ties with the ADL after TPUSA listed as extremist hate group. If your identity is Christian, you're also hateful.
This is on Alex Jones' X. It's on his X account. He live streams every day from his X account.
The ADL, for those that don't know, since really the mid-90s has run most big city and federal law enforcement policy. Because that's where it really comes from. And that's why you see in the federal reports the #1 crime in America is white supremacy, even though it basically ultra rare, almost doesn't exist. This is a big deal. Have the FBI saying we're no longer working with the ADL, and all of their curriculum, all their brainwashing is sayonara, because the ADL is an anti-American organization that wants to destroy this country. My dad's uncle was one of five sons, Uncle Leonard, and I didn't really know.
Nah, Alex Jones is removed from YouTube, Raven. He tried to make an account the other day. It was up for like 12 hours. He got 100,000 subscribers, and YouTube knocked him back off the platform. So he's not on YouTube, but we watch his clips a lot over here. I might reach out to him and see what's going on.
My dad's other uncles, he was kind of like a second grandpa to me. Got pancreatic cancer. People died about 6 months, but he lived like 3 years with it. Really hardcore treatments and things, and they kept thinking he'd die, that he'd bounce back, and else. And then finally the family got, well, he's just tough, he's gonna live forever. He came and visited me about a week before he died. We went out and ate Mexican food. And I hadn't had this much fun in a while, boy. And we margaritas and fajitas, and we went back to my house, hugged him in the parking lot, and he left. And he was
What's
dead a
so
couple weeks
Cypher?
later. And tell that story because when somebody survives something for a long time.
Yeah, Monty, that's how it was for me. My kids got a lot of social interaction when they were homeschooled. It's like going through the parks and playing with kids, sports, jump, the damn trampoline parks and shit like that. That's where they got their social interaction when they were homeschooled. I would try to make sure to take them to the park when the other kids were getting out of school. I'd try to time it like, okay, what kind of time do the other parents take their kids to the park? So we did that for a while.
People start taking it for granted and think, it's, not that big a deal. Like, think about everything Trump's gone through. I want to play the Joe Rogan clip here in a moment. And we really take it for granted how much insane pressure he's been put under. And the fact that they won't try to kill him again, or, since he survived, he's bulletproof. And our enemies just get madder and more upset. Overall, I give Trump a 95 on policy. He's getting way more done than I thought he could. And it is night and day compared to what the Democrats were doing and where we'd be right now if they'd gotten in. I think we all know that. And so this is not even a lesser of two evils. It's working with what we have. Also being very thankful that God gave us Trump, because this is definitely 1 in a billion, 1 in 5, 1 in 10 million people event.
I agree with Alex Jones. Trump is about 1 in 10 million event. The Trump getting the presidency is a 1 in 10 million event. But a Come on, Alex Jones. You're glazing right now. Like, you are glazing right now. Like, chill out, Alex Jones.
I'm 51 and under a lot of globalist attack. All the attacks on myself, Steve Bannon, Roger Stone, and a whole bunch of other people that have been top targets combined does not approach and what Trump has gone through. And so I was already thinking about this last night, just coming on air and saying, wow, it's so popular with black pillars that claim they're populist or conservatives or nationalist to only talk about the problems and to exaggerate them and kind of zoom in on them and just say it's all over, gloom and doom. When if you really look at all the good things that are happening, insane. It's good to criticize bad things and to get on bad people administration, course corrections, and that's making sure we, this country and the world, reality pilled. I can't stand get the popcorn, Trump's invincible, white pill, I can't stand the black pill. And look, I got so much news to cover. Folks know I talk about this pretty much every show now because we need all hands on deck. And we need everybody to be out there really getting the truth out, the information out, and supporting those that are fighting on the front lines in this fight. Because we've turned the tide and we're winning, but we've not won the war. And so the white pill thinking and the black pill thinking is going to get us destroyed. Let's get this economic turnaround through and the cultural stabilization plan and doesn't get our morale up and we don't do it. Initiative going, which we have the initiative now. We got to keep it going.
All right, Monty. Have a good night, Monty. Y'all double tap the screen, shut a live out. We're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We go live every single day over here, talking current events, politics, and entertainment. Please subscribe to the channel.
Understand we're in the Great Reset. You understand what that means? All gasoline engines, banning natural gas, ending industrial civilization as you know it. By law, zoning for no single-family homes, 200 square foot coffin apartments, 15-minute cities, total AI surveillance. I mean, just a total dystopia, making you poor, controllable by design. That's the Great Reset to build back better on our ashes. And it's extremely dystopic, and they're really doing it. It's pulled the rug out from the entire Accords and the carbon taxes, and John Kerry just a year ago said we've got to cut half the farming in the world or people will starve. And, you know, I need to strangle my 5-year-old or they'll die.
Yeah, Alex Jones shaded Hitler stash. His chin hair is starting to grow back.
It's pure evil hiding in plain view. So Trump has put the globalists back decades in policy and in just the last 8 months and done more than he did in his first term in just 8 months. Irrevocably in the information war, discredited globalist ideology that will make it all...
V, he talking about revelations. He talking about revelations, V.
Almost impossible to ever reconstitute. Unless they go with pure totalitarianism and total censorship and control, which they're trying to do. And the Democrats are still pushing it here. The fact that they then run around claiming Trump's censoring them and it's all made up. And then, before I play this powerful clip of Joe Rogan, Kelly commenting, and I agree with 100% with what Joe's saying, this could be the last broadcast of InfoWars. Judge yesterday at about 2:30, hour and a half hearing, as in Houston.
Chad, I'm not gonna lie. They finna do Alex Jones like they did on Big Boy Crypto, like they did Ben. They finna do a hostile takeover his company, but they finna Alex Jones finna probably lose his shit. It's finna be some more people, some people we don't know taking his company in a different direction. And it'll fail. It'll crumble to the ground. Nobody cares about InfoWars outside of Alex Jones. Let's be real. Ian was cool. Yeah, Ian, he's doing his own thing. He's doing great, but let's be real. InfoWars, that's Alex Jones shit. Like, we not going over there to watch we don't go watch InfoWars because it's InfoWars. Let's get this shit correct. We go watch InfoWars because it's Alex Jones. Now, if he want to switch this shit, flip it around and make it the Alex Jones show, like Joe Rogan show, whatever, man, that's what the hell need to go on. We not watching InfoWars because we give a damn about InfoWars, man.
Blocked all their fake auctions and all the scams and all the frauds and all their attempts to shut us down. The DOJ trustee office with no court order. Finally, after 3 years,
It's the same thing with like Big Boy Crypto. Like, nobody cares about that. Like, they switched the shit to Discover Crypto. Like, Frankie Candles was cool. Like, I liked Frankie a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He was cool, but it's like, we went to watch Big Boy because of Ben. Like, that's Ben shit. We watched Ben build that shit from the ground up. They did a hostile takeover of his company and ran that shit into the ground. Nobody cares about damn Discover Crypto, bro. Nobody cared about the Big Boy Crypto, and we came to that shit for Ben. Yes, it was an umbrella. It was other creators under the umbrella, so when they overtook it, they got all of that shit. But they ran the shit into the ground. Nobody cares anymore, man.
said, I'm kicking this out of here back to state court where Judge Guerra Gamble, the Antifa, Soros, literal blue-haired, I mean, in the past, you look at her photos, literal Antifa stuff, Soros stuff, bright blue hair. I mean, I bet she's probably actually been in Antifa uniforms before. But I've never seen that, but I mean, I'm telling you. Imagine Antifa being your judge. Okay. Found me guilty, then had a show trial, all of it. She's elected. And
oh, you putting pictures of the judge up there? She for sure finna take your shit now. Oh, well, she already has said that your assets weren't protected.
She's already appointed a receiver. I have the sheriff's department in here yesterday. Now, they're supposed to give you a 5-day notice and all this stuff, but they don't. She can override that. So, I mean, they didn't wait last time when they had their fake auction. They were in there the next morning. I said, well, that's a fake auction. I'm challenging, and it was. It's a fraud, Bloomberg operation through the Everytown Gun Confiscation Organization with the Onion. They still plan to bring the Onion in. The Onion guy was on podcast with Wired Magazine, remember 3 weeks ago. He said, at the end, the lady goes, if you could have anything in the world, you were God. You do. If you had one wish. And he goes, I would take over InfoWars. I want it, and I'm still going to get it. He said previously, I'm going to take over Alex Jones' identity. He doesn't have a 13th Amendment. I own his name. They actually said that in court filings. The judge is like, what? Elon Musk came in to block it. Remember that? And we own everything he ever did, and we're going to misrepresent it to confuse people. That's what they've done the whole time. Hundreds of millions off my name, said I did things I never did, that nobody ever did, played victim, done all this. It's just a Democrat Party operation. And he was the head censorship czar over at MSNBC. They would decide what businesses to target, who to go after, including me and others. Equivalent of Brian Stelter. So that's who they're planning to do this. And of course, it's going to blow up their face spectacularly. I mean, can you imagine when they already used when they thought they had InfoWars for a couple days, put our logo up, said they were, us. That's all they can do. They think wearing my skin, how make them powerful and confuse people, because that's all the left can do, is deception. If you went to the British Royal Museum and you put the war helmet on of William the Conqueror, you're now William the Conqueror. No, you're not. Be like if you put on Tom Brady's Super Bowl ring, or Michael Jordan's Super ring, basketball championship ring, it would not be Michael Jordan. I mean, it's so ridiculous, but that's what censorship's about. And I knew this, but once they really got me off the air everywhere but talk radio and Infowars.com for about 4 years, remember all that? That once they had me off of everything, they could literally then make up things I never did and create a false Alex Jones. So that's why such a blessing that all of you've gotten the truth out. And that's why it's so amazing, because not only is all their propaganda failed, it's backfired, and I get 99.9% love, even in liberal areas. I go to Target and liberals walk over and apologize to me. Every time. We do live feeds on the streets of D.C. Mobbed, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, old, young, National Guard, you name it. So, and the liberals, I mean, I'm going to Target a lot, but the last few times I went, just got stuff, it's only there, like their t-shirts and stuff. Stay away from the whole trans, pedophile, wing stuff. So I probably should boycott it, but the point is it's right by my house. Walk over, it'll be like a liberal guy and his wife, and hey, man, listen, I used to hate you, but I understand now they lied about you, and I understand Trump's not perfect, he's better than them, and the wife's like, yeah, we're really starting to understand it all, and my dad died of the COVID shot, and it's so much of they just got hurt, and black folks run over to me and they're like, we used to be Democrats, but we're Republicans now, and we really love you, Alex, we know they lied about you. I mean, it's just love, 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 love. Happening, show trials that they had on YouTube in Texas with Guerra Gamble, the Antifa judge. Sandy was literally fun about Soros, just like the DA and all the rest of them. They had their YouTube up, live feeding, and then she would say, wait a minute, and turn the YouTube off herself, and would just put up a screen, and then she would say all the stuff and the admonishments, and you're getting off script, don't do this, get me more powder for my nose, HBO, literal production studio. And I'm sitting there going, whoa, this is a kangaroo beyond kangaroo. First, 80% of the comments were for me, and then 95%. People were like, this isn't fair. Why can't he defend himself? What's going on? And by the end, 99% of people written about it were like, what the hell is this? Millions of comments, tens of millions watching, literally millions of comments. People went crazy. Killed the comments. And then when they had the next show trial, all scripted 2 months later, notice, going on for years and years and years of suing me. Oh, but they're all right before the midterms, all perfectly scripted. Didn't allow comments from the beginning there. See, that's the power of perseverance. So, I am a wild man. And it does take somebody that's a little crazy to be able to take this pressure and go through this. Quite frankly, my biggest pressure is that I can't do more, and that I get tired after the show, that I bounce back at night, and I have to force myself through. Envy Trump and his energy. Envy RFK Jr. If you want to know what I envy, I envy people that can fight harder than me. And the pressure I'm under that gets me down, it's that there's so much more I could be doing. I mean, we're literally under globalist attack. I mean, these are literally evil, lying social engineers and all their minions and all their camp followers and all their little compartmentalized technicians. I mean, these people are really bad. All the things they do. And even after it comes out, the shots are poison and turn off your immune system and have destroyed the children. They want to bring back masks and more shots. It's a death cult. Congress critters aren't taking the shots. Their kids aren't taking the shots. They were all on ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine when COVID came out. All these doctors went public, top doctors. I'm here in New York, I'm here in D.C., I'm treating all the elites, the left, with these very things. They're liars. While they had the government paying secretly $2.2 billion to Walgreens and CVS not to prescribe ivermectin. Hey, we're going to lose billions. We'll secretly pay you. Don't give it to them because they wanted a high death rate. Imagine being these people. Democrats didn't used to be the most evil. We were bad Republicans too. We used to have RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard Democrats. But
and it was from last week, and I'm like,
are you voting for Donald Trump? Dance scenes with syringes.
That's spiked protein slowly over time. And we were in the top 10, I think like 9. We're 9 in global apps. Google and Yahoo and, that's why the CIA and the left came after us. So Obviously, the left's going to be spamming this, false reports, claiming we're murdering children live on TV on the channel. And even if that gets banned, then it becomes a congressional investigation. Then this all comes out. But they're going to have to ban Rumble, too, because we're on that. There's a real breakout here happening. And I'm noticing people that play clips of me usually had to be negative and attack me on YouTube, or they take your clip down. Now, every day, millions and millions of views of the show with people giving commentary to it. So there's a real loosening up here, Chase Kaiser.
I mean, look, Steve Jobs famously said that only the people crazy enough to think they can change the world who do, or something to that effect.
Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I think this guy's on Alex Jones' channel. Like, we not really trying to hear from him, man. Not yet, at least. Like, I'm sorry, man. I really ain't trying to hear what he talking about, Chad. Where the hell is it, man?
She said brain fog just lifted. But I know what he speculated on is true. Because I talked to people that were in the Virginia deals. They already had the indictments. The U.S. attorney 2 weeks ago, who claimed he was a Republican, really a Democrat, all in with the Comeys and all of it, killed it. So when Burns said he heard they already had the indictments, no, they had them. The juries, the grand juries, handed down indictments a month ago. They got killed and kept from Trump. Then the information was given to Trump. What's scary is there's...
How the hell is this old, Drew? This is his episode from today. This Thursday episode. He talking about James Comey. This shit ain't old.
So few people. Most of these aren't Marxists and globalists now. They're just scared because you got Hakeem Jeffries and Senator Blumenthal and everybody saying, we're going to arrest you all when we get in. So what they are is cowards. Cowards. Well, that's okay. We'll step in when people are cowards. So here is Emerald Robinson talking to Trump's longest-serving lawyer, Peter Tickton, just a few days ago.
Unfortunately, we're not getting the cooperation that we need. The one that is running things now in the Department of Justice, Pam Bondi sits at the head of it, but the COO, so to speak, the person who actually runs it, is Todd Blanche. And Todd Blanche is failing on all measures. Because of him, we haven't had a pardon granted since May. Because of him, he wants the J6ers to not be compensated for all that we put them through. Because of him, we're not getting the things that we need for Dominion machines, et cetera, et cetera. Now, this guy used to be, until January 4th, 2024, he was a Democrat, a registered Democrat. And then he represented Donald Trump on the Stormy Daniels case that any Democrat would have done the same job. But I don't know that this leopard ever changed its spots, because for some reason, everything that needs to be going forward in order to make Donald Trump's presidency work is being stalled intentionally by this man.
Thank you,
and
Lala.
Because of ineptitude. This is a smart guy. This is a very capable guy. And it's not because he's not capable. It's because he's intentionally doing things the opposite of what Donald Trump has ordered to be done.
So that's Trump's longest-serving lawyer. I'm just sorry. Judge of Book by its cover, his actions. Southern District of New York, total Democrat. Full screen his photo. I mean, just, would you let this guy babysit your kids? I mean, and this is Trump's blind spot.
No, I would not let that guy babysit my kids. Alex Jones, I'm going to keep it real with you. I wouldn't let you babysit my kids, Alex Jones. I'm just going to, hey, Chad, I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't know, Chad. I don't know, man. Who would y'all let babysit y'all kids in this sphere? I don't think I could send my kids with any of you motherfuckers, man. As far as these content creators, political commentators, streamers, maybe Anton Daniels might be probably about the only one I might could send my kids over there with, man. He's probably about the only one that might take care of the kids, man.
That's a creepazoid right there. And he's smarter than Trump. Oh, I've known for months he's the problem. I want firsthand. Well, I'm not going to give you sources. How about he found out Ed Martin with the documents? The DOJ funded the lawsuits, ran them, created them against us. He's supposed to investigate DOJ corruption. That's what Ed Martin's supposed to do with his weaponization task force. Calls him in and threatens to fire him last week. Draw one of the investigations. You just saw the Southern District of Texas kick everything out yesterday. That's because they got some visits. It's like, I'm done with this. Okay, state court, you want to do this, you got it. So we already knew this was going to happen. I'm not going to get into inside baseball.
Hey, I could picture Alex Jones just getting mad as hell at my kids, like his head turning red and everything. You know, the kids not listening, doing what the hell they want to do, man. I could just picture Alex Jones' whole head turning red, man.
It was predicted that Blanche would do this. So all you super smart leftists laughing and your investigation got shut down. Ha 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 ha. Keep laughing. Keep laughing. I've got this even more expansive clip coming up with Patrick Byrne. For the balance of the hour, Emerald Robinson joins us, and we've got other big developments. We now have Ed Martin investigating top Democrat law firms and other operatives. We have the ADL, but now not being kicked out by the FBI, no longer their top advisors for all their leftist agenda. The Southern Poverty Law Center is next. I mean, this is a house of cards imploding right now. This is very, very exciting. Emma Robinson, there's so many places to start, but wow. And I've even done more interviews since this one 2 days ago. What is the latest on the civil war of the DOJ?
We now can definitively identify Todd Blanche as the problem, right? I've been hearing for months that he was a problem. I had as well. Now, of course, he was put on my radar because how closely I follow election fraud and the investigations into election fraud, specifically as it relates to Venezuela, and we can get into that later if you want. But he came on my radar when was told that he and another now departed official at the DOJ, essentially the number 3.
Hey, somebody get Phase 2 freaky ass on my chat, man. He wanted to come in here and let us know that he listened to us taking the shit. There's no telling what else he's doing while he's listening to us, so we just gonna roll him the fuck up out of here, man. I hope you have a good night. I hope you enjoy your shit, but get the hell out of here, bro. Get the hell out.
Milvo were blocking the DEA from debriefing a key witness related to Venezuela election rigging. As a Venezuelan insider, a key government official who had been arrested in the United States for drug trafficking. His name was Hugo Carvajal. In the 11th hour, because Gary Burnson went on my show and said, look, if they convict this guy in trial, he's never going to get to talk to us. And he knows everything we need to know because he was right there next to the principals in Venezuela, pulling off the election rigging, conducting the drug trafficking and money laundering. He can tell us everything, but if you convict him, he's not going to tell us anything. And in the 11th hour, they did a deal. He's being held in the Southern District of New York. They did a deal with him and a plea bargain, which meant he could talk. He could cooperate. Months later, come to find out, he had never been debriefed. And that was at the behest of Maine DOJ. Trump's DOJ, them not to debrief him, not allow him to talk. And his lawyer was dumbfounded. Alex, because, of course, he had never seen a case in which the Department of Justice makes a deal, arranges a deal for a plea bargain in order to get the witness to cooperate, then they tell him not to cooperate. Todd Blanche was implicated in that, so we started looking more and more.
What I was told about the grand juries, and this is exactly what Patrick Byrne got, people who were there, is that they had the indictments despite the fact that the prosecutors, who they've now removed, are acted like defense attorneys. No, when the feds bring a grand jury, they're trying to get an indictment. Instead, they were literally telling the grand jury, don't do it, but the grand jury still indicted Comey.
Well, that's because look at the timeline. And look, I've gotten a lot of pushback. I'm sure you have too, for calling out the people in the DOJ, Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, people telling me I'm wrong to stop engaging in a circular firing squad. But Alex, it's not just me and you saying it, it's President Trump himself, right?
He put that letter out 2 weeks ago. Yeah, let's be clear.
10
this
days
white
ago.
pill thing, don't ask questions, being a cult, the administration is 4 million people. We're the watchdogs that put him in. We have the power. No, we need to research and spotlight this. So people giving us pushback, we need to go to the pushback. We need to be over the target.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's when things get done, because those people do think they're smarter than Donald Trump, like you said, and they'll thwart his agenda all the way. So let's just look at the timeline. On September 20th, Trump called out Pam Bondi for doing nothing, right? And that iconic Truth Social post. Now, he did end up, pulling it back, and I heard that's because Susie Wiles went into him and said, you can't do that, and so he put out a more flattering tweet to True Social Post about Pam Bondi.
Well, that's sort of the deal. I was told, he told her, he already said, you're fired. We have all the proof if you don't do all this stuff. So, yeah, no, when she did the right thing, then he said, oh, she's actually good. That's good cop, bad cop.
So they fired Eric Siebert, right, who was in the Eastern District of Virginia, and he's that prosecutor that you were talking about acting more like a defense attorney. Then the president puts in Lindsay Halligan. This all happens in the same day, essentially, right? It took her only 3 days. 3 days to indict Comey. So, of course, the indictments were sitting there, right? They were ready to go, but they were refusing to do it. And now we discover that Todd Blanche runs the DOJ, and he's blocking the president's agenda. So here we are, Alex, and I know you and I probably have PTSD from the first time around. Trump has hired the wrong people. Again, but this time it's going to be even more consequential, because getting to why, Todd Blanche is doing this, it could be that he's just a Democrat, and he's still a Democrat. But it could be, like you said, he's a coward. Because we have confirmed that top law firms in D.C., and we broke this on my show yesterday, top law firms in D.C., law firms like Perkins Coie, right, Wilmer Hell.
They're the ones suing me, Paul Weiss. They are the real deep state.
They are the real deep state. And they're already writing indictments. I have this from multiple sources now. Writing indictments, preparing indictments against multiple Trump officials, dozens at least, and the president himself.
The DNC months ago said, any lawyers helping Trump, we're going to indict you officially. I mean, they've said this.
And not only, it's went so far as if they're not just writing the indictments, which will be ready to hand over, and they're not going to gavel like the Trump DOJ. They will start arresting people on day one. You know that because we saw it in 2021.
So what this is open terrorism, open threatening, open bullying.
Already working with congressional Democrats. How do we know this, Alex? Because one of the sources of this information is a staffer on the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee, and is a staffer for New Hampshire Senator Jeanne Shaheen. That tells us there's already coordination between these swampy law firms. And remember, Trump had tried to pull their security clearances. They already had a bone to pick with him. Now they really do. But they're already coordinating with Congress, because part of our sourcing is out of Congress. And I'm sure they have friendlies in the DOJ, because I've been told by people in the DOJ, I know you probably have too, that a lot of these bad people are still there. They've not staffed up with enough people to help the Civil Rights Division actually go after election fraud lawsuits, but they've left a lot of the bad people in place. Morale there is extremely low. Some good people feel like they can't do anything. They're smacked on the hand by people like Todd Blanche if they do try to do something that is productive to the Trump agenda and doing the right thing for the American people. They're chastised. Left won't play that way. And if they're already coordinating this way, they have friendlies within the DOJ. And we're not talking about, it was bad, the 4 years of Biden. We saw a lot of innocent people go to jail. January 6ers, the praying pro-lifers outside of abortion clinics.
They've announced total
and
war.
They want to, and this is what my first source on this told me, Alex, he said, and he's like this kind of nonpartisan guy, right? He's a guy who's worked in multiple administrations, Clinton, Bush, Obama. He said, does Trump understand They plan to see him hang. They're writing up charges for treason, which is punishable by death, and not just for him, but for some of his other officials. It's going to make what they did to Navarro, what they did to Bannon and others, look like a walk in the park.
Absolutely, and I'm going to play part of your Patrick Brennan interview here in a moment. And he's like, well, this first part's speculation, this other isn't, and I know he's a great source. I happen to have both pieces and know it's true. So it's an existential thing, is what I'm telling people. So that's why I'm saying this. Ed Martin didn't ask me to do this. He wouldn't talk about any of other than my cases. Very professional. But everybody I know, I know Kim Paxton's running for the Senate. It's good that they brought in to be the deputy FBI director, the Missouri AG. He's a good guy. We need people like that will take action, and Trump has to know that Bondi lives in Florida, does PR, not saying she's a bad person, but Blanche is definitely bad. So they've got to be removed, and we need to start beating the drum on who replaces them. And maybe I'll get Ed Martin in trouble. He'd ask me to do this. But we need Ed Martin as the Deputy Attorney General. I mean, he's a dyed-in-the-wool patriot for decades. I mean, I've known him for 25 years. He's the real deal. He'll take action. He's done it. He's the one that got these, this indictment with the Comey thing behind the scenes. We need to bring in warriors. Trump, we need Ed Martin or Ken Paxton. Drop out of the Senate race. God, make him the AG. And I'm not trying to have a war with the Attorney General. But sorry, Pam Bondi, you want to be a Fox News host? Let's give her a primetime show. She's very smart, very funny.
I'm all for that. I would applaud her getting her own show on Fox News, which she obviously wants. But getting a real Attorney General, I've heard from Patrick, but also other people, that she's basically spending her time in Florida. She flies in for the cabinet meetings. She flies in for the public appearances.
Here's
but other
what
than
I've
that,
told the
Todd Blanche running it.
They don't know if she's bad or good, or they say she's definitely lazy.
I think what I've noticed with these people, and I noticed it the first time around, and is they understand how hard the left plays. They play for keeps, and they want a job afterwards, right? At the very least. Let's even say there wasn't the indictment,
so that their minions give up and join us. That's why we got to crush them. Exactly. They think this is a speed hump like the first administration. That's why Trump has to crush them now. That's why Comey's the first domino and so good. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I've noticed that because there has been no accountability yet, Alex, that these bad actors are being emboldened, right? They're being more blatant about what they're planning to do. And also, I'll just tell you something else that happened to me in the last couple of days, and multiple other people. The censorship complex is ramping back up, because I got an email from an editor for Nature magazine. Remember, it bills itself as a peer-reviewed journal, highly credible peer-reviewed journal, but they were one of the journals that put out the proximal origin paper, claiming that there was no way that COVID-19 came from a lab. Well, I get this email telling me that they're planning a piece on me and others, that we promote misinformation, we're anti-vaccine, we were kicked off Twitter. So obviously that was wrong. How'd you get back on Twitter? Essentially saying you somehow appeared back on Twitter, like I just came back on out of nowhere.
Back up to take us off again.
Very legalistic. And in which my answers could have probably put me in jeopardy. It's not just me. They've done this to Dr. Robert Malone, got the same email. He is, of course, now on the ACIP board at CDC. Dr. Peter McCullough, a couple other very renowned doctors, and Alex Berenson as well. Obvious that now they're going to try to get us pulled off Substack at the very least, and maybe worse. So they're feeling bold, and they're feeling bold again because nothing's happened. There's been no charges, no indictments, nothing from the White House saying, going against big tech on censorship.
That's right. We got to put major warnings on Trump, not even pressure, that, hey, really mad at me in the first step, man, because nobody would warn him other than like Flynn and Stone and me. Trump listens. Everybody's got to put pressure on Trump to, hey, dude, the base wants this, is the right thing to do, and they're coming for all of us. We've got to kill their confidence. We've got... The Comey thing's a good thing, because that's because Trump found out about it.
And it is obviously that it only happened at his intervention, and that is what I've noticed. Look at Tina Peters. Even though he feels that he's intervened and he's told them to do something, she's still languishing in prison. And they use, and the people who are running cover for Todd Blanche, and he has people on the outside that are doing so, that are very popular in conservative media, saying, oh, well,
All right, Chad, we finna get to the next segment of this, man. We're gonna see what's going on. Oh, they was talking about RFK dipping that one shit, man. What is they trying to say? That was RFK in that picture. I can't even find it, Chad. All right, we're gonna move on now.
Attacked. Oh, you're an anti-Semite. I get. I'll bring to everybody. They're ready to roll over. From a place of I want to.
All right, chat. Double tap the screen. Shut a live out. We are 16 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Let's get to 39,450 subscribers, man. Let's get a quick 16 subscribers. We go live every single day over here talking entertainment, politics, and current events, man. Double tap the screen. Shut a live out.
Somebody. I want to twist things. And Charlie Kirk got killed day one. Israel did it. Enough real stuff that bad leadership in Israel's done than to make up a bunch of stuff. So Tucker Carlson is under particular attack. I was supposed to be being interviewed by him right now in Maine, but because of the attempt to shut down InfoWars and all that's happening, I stayed here. I'm going to be on with him in 2 weeks. Tucker has never been anti-Israel. He legitimately doesn't want to expand war. He legitimately doesn't like the Israeli influence with Netanyahu admitting they want to manipulate U.S. politics. I don't care who you are, the UK, Israel, China, whoever, you can't do that. Would Israel put up with that? He reasonably out and criticizes Israel, and that's why the campaigns against him are just insane. I love Ezra Levant. He's done so much great work. He's Jewish, runs Rebel Media. He's like, I'm really sad that Tucker's turned into, whatever. And I'm just like, really? Guess he hadn't seen, what actually Tucker says in context. And I was telling him during breaks, he says, Tucker said this, and that, and he didn't even know that. So a lot of this is how the media phrases this. And me, I don't have kid gloves on Judaism or, Israel, any of that. I'm really trying to study things and be somebody that's reasonable, accurate, Christ-like. Gives everybody a chance to course correct, do the right thing. But what I'm about to cover gets into Todd and Jeffrey Epstein and what Trump has done. Now, I knew what Trump had done before he got back in. Not just from Roger Stone, but though from him. And I brought it up months after. He said, yeah, it's true. But Trump was never involved in any sex with Epstein. All the illegal stuff. Was the first guy to call the FBI on him 20 years ago. That's now been declassified. But the FBI came to Trump with the CIA before he got reelected and said, British government will bring to everybody, they're ready to roll over to your agenda. Plus it's old and the media is going to spike it with this info about you. You just shut it down for national security. And he listened to Ratcliffe. Now I broke that first. No. We'll show you a compilation a year ago. Right through now. Endorsing people, all these viral videos. Jones endorses Trump covering up Epstein. I never did any such thing. And those of you doing that are bearing false witness. He said Trump will either bring down the deep state with this or he'll use it to blackmail him. And that's what's going on now. And that's where Todd Blanche is. Want to interview Ghislaine Maxwell. Rest of it. So this is black magic, folks. This is dark side stuff, and it's not good. And I have a responsibility to tell you now what I already knew, but it's not confirmed, with the whistleblowers, the inside leaks, the head Epstein investigator from the DOJ that OMG Media broke last week, that absolutely Trump's not involved doing it himself, but by extension, even he's now protecting Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, the rest of them. And the head of Harvard, all of them. And they said, look, it'll bring down the stock market. It'll, oh my God, you can't do this. And you can see that argument. I don't agree with the argument. I'm wargaming the arguments. And Israel can take out Hamas, but they'll have to carpet bomb the entire country and do a genocide that will backfire on Israel and turn the world against Israel. Eric Prince, Steve Bannon, and Ken Paxton, 3 or 4 days after this happened, October 7th, years ago, my enemies took a 10-second clip out where I said, Israel can carpet bomb from the north to the south. Then I said they shouldn't do it. It'll be a genocide. It'll help communist China that's backing it. It'll turn the world against Israel. Don't do it. Derek Prince nodded. But people that want to have a stunt and be deceptive took a 10-second clip saying, I said carpet bomb. I just put the full clip out. They crapped their britches. So I'm wargaming this right now when I can see how Trump came to this conclusion with it. Because justice be done, may the heavens fall. So here's Tucker from a place of love, truth, and integrity criticizing Netanyahu. And then let's just go right into, I'm not going to play the whole 15-minute, predicting, like over a year ago, and even recently. I explained why it's happening, why Trump made this decision, which I disagree with, is a pragmatic view to save the economy of the country. I get the thinking, I don't endorse it. I'm saying I understand it. I don't agree with it. And then Patrick McDavid, the big break, I love Patrick McDavid, but the big breaking news, finally coming to this conclusion, we already told you the answer to. Throw the clips back to back. But let me give the number out first. We're taking calls on whatever subject you want to cover. 877-789-2539, 877-789-ALEX, 877-789-2539. All I ask is have a clear phone line, make your point. Because, man, my pet peeve is callers who I guess have been into talk radio. They want to be screened on air. I want to talk about this. Is this okay? I want to talk about that. Is that okay? I'm like, listen, you're on air, brother. You ain't censored. You're live.
Real
Fire
talk.
Will. Come on, say what you want. I want to talk to you. I love you. 7789, Alex. All right, here's the clips.
The Prime Minister of Israel goes on television to openly meddle in internal American politics, taking sides, attacking people, Americans, because they're not fully on board with sending billions more to a country of 9 million people?
He talked about the woke right, and he said, I call it the woke Reich. That's a brilliant observation. The woke Reich, because these people, they're not any different from the woke left. They're insane. They're movies. We have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is TikTok, number one. And the other one, X. So we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. We have to fight the fight.
Anyone who opposes me in the United States, who opposes more aid to Israel or opposes getting sucked into war with Iran, which does not serve American interests, that person is not simply mistaken or wrong. I'm not going to bother to explain why that person is wrong. That person is a Nazi, part of the woke Reich, a Nazi. The only way to fix it is by preventing Americans in the last country on earth with guaranteed freedom of speech, prevent Americans from hearing the other side. And so we push Congress to force a TikTok sale, which is true, by the way. And when that happened, and various members of Congress were like, no, really, it's about China, there were people online who said, no, I think it's really about Israel. Here he is just admitting, no, we pushed the U.S. Congress to censor in the United States, to commit censorship in the United States because we think it's bad for us. And we need to talk to Elon. That's the point at which you just say no. Anyone who says anything about it is attacked. Oh, you're an anti-Semite. Well, there's nothing to do with anti-Semitism. That's insulting. Why would we ever put up with that? Why would we put up with the attack on the USS Liberty that everyone's so afraid to talk about, clearly targeted on purpose by a country we're supporting, Israel, and it's somehow shameful to say that? Why? Why is it shameful to say that? Who knows why it's shameful to say that, but it shouldn't be. And until we have some self-respect, not anger or hate, but just dignity, it will continue. In June, for example, during the 12-day war, such as it was with Iran, the U.S. and Israel versus Iran, on all sides, During that short conflict, IDF officers in the Pentagon, foreign military officers in the Pentagon, and by the way, they're not the only foreign military officers in the Pentagon, to be clear. There are NATO officers, they're from other countries, British, but there are a bunch of Israeli Defense Force officers in the Pentagon that week. And during that week, when it works at the Pentagon, they enraged American Pentagon staff by just barging into meetings, giving orders, making demands, and nobody did anything about it. How can a foreign military officer barge into military headquarters, even if invited, but barge into a meeting and start demanding, we want this, we want that, you need to get on this? Huh? The more you allow that kind of deeply unhealthy behavior, the more you're going to get. And that's exactly what has happened. Because of the weakness of our leaders, we have incited predators in a foreign country to take advantage of us. Oh, that's such an anti-Israel thing to say. It's not anti-Israel at all. It's a demand that the people whose job it is, whose sacred duty it is to defend and represent us, our leaders, both at the Pentagon and all throughout the U.S. government, that they do that they stand up and defend us against threats, against all foreign countries to the extent they need to, and that they do not prostrate themselves before a foreign nation.
And Tucker's doing this as a patriotic American. He's being demonized because he's doing it from a reasonable, loving place. Not one of, saying you slip on a banana peel, the Jews did it. And that's where I'm at as well. But at the same time, the Democrats are collapsing. There's a power vacuum. Israel and Netanyahu are trying to take over. He's on TV saying we're going to do this. It's just like, use your head. Stop trying to censor and bully Americans if you're smart. I mean, I do not want Israel to be the center of the universe, and I mean that in a bad way. Like popular country of the world overnight because of Netanyahu's. And Israel's not going anywhere. It has nuclear weapons. Plus, I don't want it destroyed, but I can look where this is going. This is really bad. But when Israel's under attack, Netanyahu gets to stay in power. And believe me, I'm not like buddy with the Palestinians. Holy Toledo. And then Netanyahu wants to ship them to us. Again, dude, you're an asshole. I don't say that to curry favor with all the wild-eyed people that ascribe magical powers to Jews and all roads lead to you. I'm saying stop doing the archetype. Stop doing the stereotype. Stop. Just like the majority of the generals and everything in Israel's like, Netanyahu's got to stop because they can see where it's going. They're not anti-Israel. You're destroying yourself. Good God. Stop. We have other issues to deal with. You can't make Israel the center of the world and only your issues matter. Then you empower all the Muslims and the Chinese and everybody else, and you see where that goes, and then you're the bad guys, and then we're the bad guys by extension because Netanyahu gets to stay in power by doing provocative things so he can play victim. Netanyahu is a very selfish person, thinking one-dimensionally. It's all killed. My goal is prosperity and freedom for all of us. Netanyahu's got his own sick agenda. And made himself front and center in all this. So he asked for it, he's got it. And I invited Elijah Schaffer on today. I guess he couldn't make it. He got real mad when I saw his video saying, Netanyahu's going to kill us. Netanyahu said InfoWar is an 8-front war, the 8th front of the war, and they need to come in and censor Americans, which is outrageous and out of control, as Tucker just did. He didn't say he's coming to kill you, okay? And then, you're comparing me to Hitler. No, I just said Hitler said all the problems of the Jews. What a cop-out, man. Oh, you didn't mow your lawn, or you drank too much whiskey, or you went and gambled because a Jew made you do it. Just stop. Get your homework. My job is not a defense of the Jews. My job is a defense of the truth. And when Jewish groups do something wrong, I am on their ass. It's like Chi-Coms or, anybody else. But this mental illness, and Tucker said this last week, got attacked by the Jew haters. He's like this sickness of everything Jew, Jew, Jew. Like I'll talk about, we need to do this, we need to cut taxes. Oh, let's talk about the Jews. It's like a one-trick pony. This thing with the Nazis hate me and the Israel pro-nutballs hate me. I'm just like, you people you're just idiots. Can you not get big picture that we need to stop war with Russia? To contain China, we've got to secure the economy, we got to kill the carbon taxes. Like, can we talk about transgenderism and the attack on our kids? Like, God almighty, I mean, nothing against Jews, but Jesus Christ, I am sick of Jew. It's like a form of worship. I mean, I don't dislike Jews, but I hate Nazis, and I'm starting to just want to vomit when I hear the word Jew. I mean, can I get Hitler out of my brain? Can I get the Jews out of my brain? Like, God almighty, what the hell? Can we talk about free energy? Can we talk about something else than Hitler and Jews all day? And then the Muslims being brought in, running around like a bunch of complete maniacs that conquer every country they're brought into. And half the time I turn around to some Jewish group bringing them in, like, you people are crazy. Screw loose. Not all of you. I'm just saying, like, a genuine guy that, like, straight shoots you. I don't know what to do at this point. It is a mania. Stuff is a hysteria. It sucks the oxygen out of every real discussion. You know we're all going to kill each other, right? You know down this road we're going to have a nuclear war.
Chad, I'm sorry, Chad. Alex Jones just went the fuck off, Chad. Double tap the screen, shut it live out. I've been trying to let it play. Just let's hear what he got to talk about. But damn, Chad, damn, I gotta run that back. Damn, what? Is no way Alex Jones just talked that crazy, bro. Is no way he just talked that crazy.
Anybody else? But this mental illness, and Tucker said this last week, got attacked by the Jew haters. He's like this sickness of everything Jew. Like I'll talk about, we need to do this, we need to cut taxes. Oh, let's talk about the Jews. It's like a one-trick pony. This thing with the Nazis hate me and the Israel pro-nutballs hate me. I'm just like, you people you're just idiots. Can you not get big picture that we need to stop war with Russia? To contain China, we've got to secure the economy, we got to kill the carbon taxes. Like, can we talk about transgenderism and the attack on our kids? Like, God almighty, I mean, nothing against Jews, but Jesus Christ, I am sick of Jew. It's like a form of worship. I mean, I don't dislike Jews, but I hate Nazis, and I'm starting to just want to vomit when I hear the word Jew. I mean, can I get Hitler out of my brain? Can I get the Jews out of my brain? Like, God almighty, what the hell? Can we talk about free energy? Can we talk about something else than Hitler and Jews all day? And then the Muslims being brought in, running around like a bunch of complete maniacs that conquer every country they're brought into. And half the time I turn around to some Jewish group bringing them in, like, you people are crazy. Screw loose. Not all of you. I'm just saying, like, a genuine guy that, like, straight shoots you. I don't know what to do at this point. It is a mania. Stuff is a hysteria. It sucks the oxygen out of every real discussion. You know we're all going to kill each other, right? You know down this road we're going to have a nuclear war all day, right? Like this has got to stop. We got to move past the World War II paradigm. It's not where we're at. We're in Buck Rogers, baby. Buck Rogers meets Atlantis. And we don't make the right moves, we're all dead. So, it's fun to hate the Jews, and it's fun to be Jewish. Everybody's against you, and you do everything Netanyahu says. He's in a pod. Just stop it. Stop it. All right, I want to go to your calls when we come back. But here's a few minutes back from David. It's a long report, but he's like, the breaking news.
He went the fuck off, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Chad. Alex Jones just went the fuck off, bro. What? Man, we finna open up our phone lines, Chad. Alright, Alright, chat. If anybody want to open a call in, y'all can call in. Alex Jones, I wasn't expecting that, chat. Like, damn. Damn. That was wild. Oh, shit, man. Oh yeah, chat, tomorrow we got the Diddy sentencing tomorrow. Diddy gets sentenced tomorrow, chat. How much time do y'all think Diddy's gonna get tomorrow? How much time do y'all think Diddy's gonna get tomorrow, chat? Diddy gets sentenced tomorrow. He's facing up to 20 years. Diddy is facing up to 20 years. We're gonna get up and we're gonna cover that, man. We're gonna cover the Diddy trial. I mean, the Diddy sentencing. Yeah, we're gonna cover the Diddy sentencing. That's crazy. 2 years? Nah, I don't think he getting 2 years. 18 months suspended? Nah, I think Diddy gonna get like a 7. I think they're gonna hit Diddy with like a 7. Maybe a little under 10, some under 10. Probably about 7. $17. Yeah, I think Diddy gonna get about 7. About 3.5 on each one. Anywhere between 7 and 10. You said nobody cares about Diddy. Shit, a lot of people care about Diddy. Or his case. Kim K sued Ray J too. You know, Ray J came out and said he working with the feds in a case against Kim K and Kris Jenner. And they done sued his ass for that. But yeah, a lot of people care about Diddy, man. We trying to see what Diddy finna get. Diddy do it? Damn, chat. Y'all don't think. You said what if they find him guilty of transportation, prostitution, transportation or prostitution, something like that. Let's see. Two counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, each carrying a maximum sentence of 10 years, potentially leading to a maximum 20 years in prison if sentenced consecutively. The prosecution recommends a sentence of 135 months. So the prosecution wants to give Diddy 11 years. So if the prosecution is recommending 11 years, I doubt Diddy gets more than 11 years. Arguing that Diddy is unrepentant and that his past conduct, including violence and abuse, warrants a substantial penalty. So the prosecution is saying 11 years and 3 months. Diddy's defense team requested a sentence of no more than 14 months, combined with the 13 months he already served, it will be allowed him to be released before the end of 2025. Federal probation officials had recommended a sentence of 5 to 7 years. So that's what the federal probation officials are recommending, 5 to 7. While a former prosecutor, Mitchell Epner, predicted a sentence of 24 to 30 months. So former federal prosecutors are predicting 24 to 30 months. Prosecution wants to give him 11 years. Probation officials are saying 5 to 7 years. Diddy's team wants him to get 14 months. Yeah, Diddy ass finna get some time though tomorrow. So we looking anywhere between 14 months to 11 years. Now, Cassie ain't got to go to jail. Cassie got immunity. Unless they bring Cassie up on some different charges, she got immunity. He do 11 years. He what's that? Fair time. He'll do 85% on the 11 years, so that's about 9 and some change. He get a kick out on a class or something. Prior to then, he get the 13 months. Diddy will probably do like 7. They give him 11. Yeah, he'll probably do 8, 7, 8. Yeah, I don't think he getting out though. I don't think he getting out this year. I don't know though. Eric Adams did step out the mayor race too. Yeah, Diddy didn't tell on nobody. Yeah, allegedly. They say they wait for the Diddy parties, man. They ready for the Diddy parties. Nah, he ain't getting no probation. His charge, he under a federal sentencing guideline. I think the guidelines, if you going by the guidelines, I think he should only get like 30 months, honestly. If you going by the guidelines, I think Diddy should really get like 30 months. But Cassie wrote a letter. 50 Cent allegedly wrote a letter. Diddy also wrote a letter. So those letters are going to be taken into account because, you know, they took the letters into account when they wouldn't let him bond out, make bail. And that jet he been renting out. So Cassie is saying she's scared. She don't want him to get out. She's still in fear for her life. So I think that will be taken into consideration. But if you just going by the guidelines, he should get about 30 months. Thank you, V. Damn, we finna see Diddy get sentenced. Man, this case finally went full circle, a whole year and a half. After this case, chat, we gonna have to change the intro song, man. We gonna have to change the intro song. I only had the intro like that because of the Diddy case. Damn, I didn't even think about that, chat. What's up, Cher? Cher, Diddy get sentenced tomorrow, Cher. Thank you, Cher. What's up, Nadine? Yeah, chat, man. That's crazy. We finally full circle on the Diddy case. Thank you, Jason. Tisa Tales. I seen Tisa Tales go from like was it 200K? I think she had like 200K when I first watched her channel. I think it was like 200K. She has 613K now. You know, when I first seen her channel, she was at like 200K, I think. New plugs, mute. I don't know, I got some music. You can't wait to stop hearing about Diddy. Diddy finna be back home. Diddy already planning a tour with Kanye. Diddy and Kanye finna do a tour when he get out. Y'all going to see the Diddy Kanye tour? You working? So if I don't see your last comment, it say, what's up, Cheryl? Oh, you said get a roll call? Alright, where everybody from in here, man? Double tap the screen, share the live out. Where everybody from in here, man? Shout out your city, your state, your region, your country. Shout out something, man. Yeah, I'm in the South, Buzzy B. I'm in the South, the deep South. The deep South. I've been a lot of places in the country. I haven't left the country though, chat. But I've been a lot of places in the country. And yeah, I have to live in the South, chat. I'm gonna keep it real. I would definitely have to live in the South. Some shit I just couldn't get jiggy with, like living in Cali or Miami or somewhere where they paying like $5 for gas every day, $7 when gas is high, it's like $7 for them. Like that'll piss me off, Chad. I ain't gonna lie, that'll piss me off. That'll piss me off. I like going places and then knowing that I'm finna go back home. Like Arizona, I like Arizona, but I couldn't live there. Like 119 degrees, 120. I know I'm in Texas. It's hot as hell out here too.
Call from
Dorsey.
What up, Dorsey?
Shit, nigga, I almost fell asleep with you, boy.
I ain't
I'm
almost
getting
fall
tired, ain't
asleep.
you?
I ain't almost fall asleep. I'm chilling.
Oh, okay.
Then you try to put me in the
I was
boat.
checking out
Why
the
you
show
always
and
try
so
to put me
forth.
in the boat, man? You always try to put me in the car with you, Dorsey.
Oh, okay. Did I say right? Did I say
Nah, you
right?
said I almost fell asleep with you, like I was going to sleep. Yeah, nah.
Oh man, poor little Greta Thunberg, man. You didn't know who the little girl is?
Nah, I don't know who the hell Greta is.
She was an environmentalist, right? The one who was boycotted, talking about global warming and shit. She got into it with Trump, right?
Right.
Trump didn't like her. Affected his ass, and
I said okay.
So her and Trump went back and forth about the environment and so forth, talking about climate change was fake and shit. That's what Trump said, right? So she kind of got a little nasty with Trump. She was like, "That's why you old motherfuckers need to hurry up and die and get the fuck on, because y'all fucking up the environment." In so many words, right? So Trump kind of took that personally and so forth. She's known all around the world for her environmental stance. I guess she got an advance as far as the humanitarian part. She got a little ass involved with, the Palestinian conflict and so forth. So, she got, the Jews, went on the boat and snatched her up, which is a big mistake because now you got somebody else with the fire. Sweden ain't gonna do shit because, she ain't in no imminent danger or nothing like that. How much she got kidnapped, but then Israelis gonna say, well, it was a sticky situation and we just wanted to get her out of it because, it was a volatile situation. That's why we took her, made her a guest of Israel rather than saying she a hostage and so forth. And then another thing I want to correct you on, gas is $4.19 in LA, homie.
That should have pissed me off.
What, $4.19?
Would piss me off right now. Gas $2.20 right here, $2.30.
Oh, shit, nigga, shit, we got taxes, man. Shit, y'all can't, you can't ride these freeways for free. That's why they have a gas tax.
I'm not trying to pay no tolls either, really, man. That shit pissed me off too.
Oh, okay. So between the federal tax and the California gas tax, it comes out like $4.19 right now, depending on where you at. I think I could get the cheapest I can probably get, and that's if I live in Long Beach, because that's where the terminals is, right? So if I really was gonna save gas, I say $4.03 in Long Beach. So about the cost of the gas here in Cali. Remember, people ain't using gas no more. They on the electric. They on that Tesla shit. You know what I'm saying? They go around with the little, electrical cord.
All right, Dorsey, hold on. Look, chat, I got the backup channel right here. We got some videos already posted to the backup channel. I'm going to start posting more videos. I need y'all to go subscribe to the backup channel. Add plug station clips. Y'all see it there? I pinned it on the comment, I think. Did I pin that damn comment? No, but I'm about to. It's pinned right there. Hold on, Dorsey. Damn, Dorsey. Let me get my promotion off, nigga. Damn. We only got 9 subscribers. I can't go live over there until we get 50 subscribers. Once we get 50 subscribers there, I'm gonna start a new style of content. I'm gonna let the chat give me 4 or 5 questions every night, and we gonna do like Omegle or Monkey or something where I match with random people, and we gonna ask them people y'all questions on stream live. But we gotta get this channel to 50 subscribers to where I can go live on that motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
Nah, all right, Chad. Go ahead, Doris.
Like I was saying, it just with the other stuff, man. I mean, with Candace and stop it, dog. With Candace and everything, it's just pretty much more of the same, right? A lot of innuendos, a lot of mystique, talking about she got secret, she got secret people and so forth. She's saying she got insider, she's heard these rumors. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, pretty much it's the same intrigue, you know what I'm saying? But ain't really showing no proof of her sources. You know where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then as far as with Trump, I mean, Trump just said so much shit, he done pissed everybody off.
I think your mouth too close to the
Him being
phone.
tied up and him saying the same. Did you see
I think your mouth
his,
is. I think
his
your
little
mouth,
thing with
Dorsey.
Jeffrey?
Back up from the phone. Your mouth too close to the phone.
What, you can smell my breath or
No, it's you muffled. Like, get the fuck back. Like, why is you that close to the phone?
The phone next to my mouth.
Yeah, I know. We can hear you clearly now. Maddie, try typing it in all caps, Maddie. Try typing it in all caps. Go ahead, Dorsey.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to go check out your thing. I'm going to subscribe. I got, how many you need?
I need 40 more. 41 subscribers.
Well, I know you need 50 in order to go live, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. I think I can have you an extra 10 by tonight. I just got to go through all my phones and subscribe, okay?
All right.
I got you. I got your back, so at least, you can count on me for 10. I just got to turn on all my phones.
Appreciate that, Doris.
Oh, yeah, man. You going to see some results, man. You don't bullshit your homie, Got your back.
Damn, I ain't
But
even
like
subscribed
I said,
myself. I ain't even subscribed myself. Hold on. Tripping.
So other than that, man,
Thank you, Shell.
I really appreciate your show. It's kind of dragging a little bit, but, because ain't nobody called. I sat up and waited for a while. I said, well, I ain't going to call and so forth. And, until you made the comment about the gas being so high in California. Then
Okay, Tiki, what you got to do is you got to go unsubscribe and then resubscribe and hit the bell if they're not sending notifications out. I have been a little shadow banned, but it's cool. The fix to that is unsubscribe and then resubscribe and hit the bell. Go ahead.
But so, like I said, what's going on with the government shutdown and all that, it really is not really to it. We've been down this road before several times dealing with Trump and Congress and so forth. So, did you see, though, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer? Did you see that?
What went on with it?
Okay, so, the Democrats, when Trump says something, the Democrats always got a little response to it, right?
Correct.
So Trump team took some stuff that the Democrats, they was making a response to what was going to the shutdown. He basically went behind the scenes, took their tapes and message and edited it with AI and made Hakeem Jeffries Mexican, and Chuck Schumer was talking about, this the Democrats fucking up again, whoa, 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 whoa. And that's some words.
Yeah, I did see that.
I'm saying? Now, I was surprised the first time he did it, right? But then they did a retort to him. Hakeem Jeffries did a retort to what Donald Trump was saying, and he trolled that too. Said that Hakeem Jeffries was I guess he's referring to the immigration issue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a dead horse, though. You see, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, Trump out here trolling now. You know what I'm saying? As far as he's concerned, the shutdown works in his favor because he's saying, see, the Democrats are willing to make everybody lose their job. As far as the federal workers, it's making them look like the bad guys. You see what I'm saying? But what they're saying is, We just want to make sure that Medicare and so forth is still funded. And Trump, like, well, you giving all this Medicare and so forth to Mexicans, to illegal aliens and so forth, which is not true. But Trump
So how
won't
you
say shit.
So how much time you think Diddy finna get?
Man, Diddy finna get time served.
Yeah, Diddy is not finna get. I don't think that's the case, but okay. Y'all put in the comments how much time y'all think Diddy finna get tomorrow. All right, what about the Tennessee? What about the lady in Tennessee that says she got documented proof that they using the foster kids? Yeah, let me finish.
And so forth.
Yeah, let me finish because new people coming in, they might not know.
Okay, go ahead.
The lady and she got documented proof that they're using the foster care system to get kids absentee or abandonment status and using that abandonment status to get them into the juvenile whatever, and then they're using that to bring their parents over.
Well, you gotta be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's big money. It's a lot of sterile little women are out there who can't have no kids, so they'd be more than happy to adopt some kids. You see what I'm saying?
They say
they don't want
they say it's trafficking.
They don't want no black babies, huh?
They say it's trafficking. Say the woman that's over the damn thing said if anybody has any questions about the undocumented children, call her personally.
Right. She make it because these adoption agencies make a lot of money off pushing kids, right?
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, I forgot everything got to be allegedly around here. But don't nobody want no black kids, so they got to get them some little, little hijos. You know what a hijo is, right?
Nah, I hope you're not saying a derogatory term.
No, hijos mean child in Spanish. Para los hijos, for your children. I used to be a street hustler when I used to sell them little outfits and shit. To tell a little Spanish lady, para tus hijos, and they'd be like, oh, yeah, madre, padre, all
so
that
you
shit.
You was like Jody. Running around with the dresses.
Oh, you talking about baby boy?
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of like that, man. But I used to sell kids outfits. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to make money off of them, especially when you was getting the food stamps back in the day. So yeah. As far as with that, man, I mean, that it's always gonna be people who prey on the weakness of other people. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying with the immigrants being the weakness. I'm talking about people who are very desperate to have children. And so when you can get a brand, okay, let me ask you something. When you go to the pet store, do you want a grown dog or do you want a puppy? Which would you prefer?
I don't want no dog from the pet store.
Okay, so
if I'm gonna buy a dog, if I'm finna buy a dog, it's finna be for a purpose. Like I'm not here. Like I know some people want a more emotional support dogs. That they just want a dog to beat the hell around or something. Yeah, I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna get a dog, it's finna be for some damn protection, to get loud or to hunt. I'm not. So I'm not getting one of those from the pet store. I'm gonna go to them people, man.
Okay.
I'm going to the breeders who got what I need. The pet store is not. The pet store not finna tell me about.
You're from Texas. You need to.
Man, the pet store not finna tell.
Tear a leg off or something.
Man, listen, the pet store not finna tell me about no temperament. They not finna tell me about the bloodline. I'm not. Come on, man. They not finna tell me what I need, man. They just want me to have a little dog, go on by my business and smile.
Hey, so when you get your dog, whether it be a blue-nosed pit, red-nosed pit, whatever, right? Would you prefer it to be a puppy or would you prefer it to be a grown dog?
It depends on what I need it for and how quick I need it.
Well, I'm just telling you. You ever seen that movie Mama Dearest?
No.
Okay, it was about Joan Crawford, right? She was adopting these kids. You know, she was adopting these kids, right? And so she just got the kids just to make herself look good and so forth. You know, for the fame, like Angelina Jolie. You know, when she was adopting all them
Man, we're not
immigrant
trying
kids,
to talk
right?
about that damn movie. Go ahead, Dorsey. Listen, this is why I would get a grown dog. Let's just say I'm trying to get into the breeding business. You know what I'm saying? And my partner over here, he got a champion dog or a dog that's... Dorsey, you're going to have to shut the damn door or something is beeping.
Oh, that's me, man. I ride around with no big seatbelt.
Yeah, put that motherfucker on. Long story short, if I'm trying to get into breeding or something, I would grab an adult dog because I'm trying to get some puppies on the ground ASAP. I'm not trying to wait for the dog to go miss his first heat, do all of that. Okay, so that would be a situation where I would grab an adult dog. Like if I'm just wanting to train this dog for myself, you know, yeah, I train it up. Now, if I want a dog that's ready to go hunt, I might gotta get a dog that's already trained. You know, it all depends on the situation for me.
Right. So, you know, with these people and so forth, especially in Tennessee, right? So what happens is, like, you know, these old gentlemen, you know, them old dudes who marry them young chicks.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she can't get her pregnant, or she can't get pregnant, turn to adopting kids and so forth. You know, with the adoption people, they know they
Yeah,
like. Well,
see,
we can
that's
push
what I'm
this
saying.
2-year-old.
Top Cat. Hold on, my bad, Dorsey. Top Cat talking about only 6 months to breed. That you could fuck them dogs up too, like that. You know what I'm saying? Some dogs need to miss that 6 months to breed. Some people do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to buy no dog from nobody. That if I know for sure you only let this dog get 6 months old, yeah, nah, man. I don't know what the hell going on. Go ahead though.
So y'all pimping dogs, huh?
I'm just saying, dogs is a market. People do sell dogs, but I'm at 6 months old. I don't know if he meant keep the dog for 6 months or they get I don't know. 6 months is crazy. I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, like I said, so they basically sell them young kids. They can't really do no babies. Sell the kids, but then again, the agency was looking at a loophole in foreign policy about adopting these kids, saying that if these kids went into, social services, they could then bring their parents over. You know, did you catch that part?
No, but he talking about male dogs. Listen, if I'm trying to get some puppies on the ground and shit, the male dog is a priority. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, look, I need the female because with the male dog, what you get a puppy back. You know what I'm saying? You stud feed puppy back. Nah, if we trying to get the litter off the ground, I need the female over there, man, and she gonna have to be older than 6 months.
I would. I need a bitch too. You know, if anything else, you know, if I was gonna breed dogs or try to get a championship dog, the mother is basically the basis. Then you can mate her with a father and so forth. Start about 3 or 4 pups. You know, and you can make a trade off with somebody. You know, you give them like the best dog of the litter, but then you got like 4 other dogs which has that bloodline, that championship bloodline. So
see,
I
used to breed dogs. Like I had bought some dogs from my partner. He breed dogs locally, and he ship them out all across the country. But I bought the pick of the litter out of one of his litters, a female. Then he had another litter with some different dogs. Probably maybe about 7-8 months later, and I picked a male out of that litter, and I started my litter. And long story short, I had a lot of land at that time. I was on like 23 acres, so I used to just let the dogs run. And sometimes they'll go down to the neighbor house. You know, the neighbor might live the neighbor live a little bit of ways away. So the dogs would be down there.
Right.
They'll bring the dogs back. You know, well, yeah, we gave them water, fed them. You know, shit like that. You know, real country shit. But I'm like, all right, thank you. One morning I woke up, man, and the lady was at my door. It was probably about 8:39 in the morning. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, well, yeah, my pops just died. You know, there was the man down there that I used to talk to. He was like, yeah, my pops died this morning, and my daughter's just hysterical, and she just wants to know, cause she hold on to AI for a while. Like she wanted, cause I had a dog named AI, named after Allen Iverson, cause he had a patch on one eye. And I'm like, yeah, she can get him. And I said, you know what, she can have him. You know, I let her have both of them damn dogs, man.
You gave away the dog?
I gave it. It was a little girl. She was probably about 4 or 5 years old.
How old was the dog?
The dogs was. I might have had the dogs for about a year at that point.
Oh, okay. That was very gallant of you to give up the dog and so forth. I think that's kind of suspicious ass reason.
I was getting ready to move. They didn't ask could they have the dog. They was asking could she just hold the dog like emotional support. You know what I'm saying? I offered that where they could have him because I was getting ready to move.
So since you was in the middle of moving anyway, right?
They didn't know that. I didn't move for like 3-4 months after that, but I knew I was getting ready to move.
So you was like, let me go and let the dog have a good home with some people.
Yeah, and then I knew they had land too, so they weren't gonna chain the dogs up or have them, you know what I'm saying, cooped up. They was gonna be able to run and like
the dogs again?
Huh?
See the dogs again?
Yeah, they still there. Them dogs still over there.
Know who you
this
are,
was
right?
like yeah. This was like 2018. I gave them dogs up. It wasn't that long ago.
Okay.
It was long ago, but it wasn't that long ago.
So you know the loyalty been transferred, right, to them people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But say for instance, if you was to go on their land, do you think the dogs would attack you, or they just be kind of confused?
I mean, they hog dogs, so shit, it ain't no they wouldn't attack me because they just, you know what I'm saying? They ain't been in that environment. Like, these are dogs that got a lot of land. Nobody comes by there. Like, when I tell you I was on 23 acres, Dorsey, like, I was out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't see my house unless you knew where it was at. That's kind of how their house is, too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. That's what my father and them. He had some land back there like that. He had 7 acres. It was tucked away in some woodlands and all that. I used to hate to go to his house, boy. Woo. You have to go on dirt roads, right? So, to get to his house, you had to get off the highway and go through them dirt roads, kicking up rocks and all that shit. I was like, damn, man. Like, Dad, why you want to move out here and stuff? He said, I'm used to it. So, yeah, he had dogs, but his dogs was mutt dogs, though. You know what I'm saying? Some wild dogs just running through the woods, but he was just feeding till eventually they just, they adopted him and stuff. Y'all got wild dogs running around Texas?
Shit, I ain't really seen wild dogs in Texas, but in Arkansas for sure, they run in packs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what, I've seen that before, so...
People that take their dogs out to the country and just drop them off because they don't want to shoot them or can't take care of them, they'll just drive way out in the country and drop the damn dog off and shit. You will see them about a week or two later, they done got with a little pack of 4 or 5 dogs running around, knocking over trash cans and shit.
Right. That's kind of fucked up, though. If you don't want the dog, man, take the dog to the damn Humane Society or something.
But they know the Humane Society gonna put them down. They like that.
Most dogs get adopted?
Shit, no, the fuck they don't. The country way of thinking is at least get a dog a chance to survive on its own before taking it to where you know it's gonna get put down.
Okay, well, I mean, that's how y'all is out there in Texas and so forth. Here in California, these people go crazy about the dogs.
Man, they putting these dogs
It's just
down over here.
Just like adopting them kids, right? Back on subject. Look, these people who are trafficking in children and so forth, they say that they was infants or they teenagers or whatever because, so like I was saying, they're using this loophole to bring immigrants back into the country. Like though. Because there's a clause in the immigration status that allows if the child is first of all, the child becomes a ward of the state. Once they become ward of the state, they then try to see if they can connect the child with the parents, the original parents, which is kind of confusing because then it's like, well, how did the child get here in the first place? Parents wasn't around. Coming from?
Mm-hmm.
So they pay somebody, a trafficker, like you said. The whole thing, how the child get here in the first place without the parents, unless the parents paid the trafficker to bring the child over and then have the child turned into the authorities, which then allows them to then go through the process of getting the child becoming a citizen. That way, the child can then sponsor the parents to come here to America. It's kind of crazy, though, ain't it?
Yeah, and they're saying that once they get in there, they settle for life. Basically, they own benefits for life.
Yeah. And then they're trying to say that that this is happening only in the blue cities. You know, Tennessee a red state, but they're trying to say it has a blue city, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Them people is making money doing this. You see them coming from? I don't know how they doing it. They saying that the cartels are involved, but I think it's more like the people in Tennessee. I'm talking about, because you know they don't just let anybody adopt a child, right?
Right.
So some of these churches and some of these little charity places, I think they're just a front. You know, these nonprofit organizations, I think they're just a front for child trafficking. Mm-hmm. In some cases, if the people have money, the child is used as as an anchor baby. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. But shit, Dorsey, land the plane. Boy, I'm finna go to sleep so we can wake up and cover duty.
That's right. Hey, man, like I said, man, you was dragging, so I thought we was finna land the plane a long time ago. But anyway, so this is showing the corruption and all the state. They say one thing, but they do another. And, you know, one hand says one thing, but the hand behind the back is doing shady shit. So you can't trust Republicans and you can't trust Democrats. They on the same bullshit. So they go, you know, they want these people in here and they're gonna try any trick of the books of the law in order to achieve their purpose. So, hey, man, thank you for putting that on because I wasn't aware of it, but now that I'm aware of it, I want that policy to stop. No anchor babies, you know, subs, you know. I believe that Trump is doing the right thing with ICE and so forth. You know, as soon as I can find a little way to turn people in and make me some money, I'm gonna do that. They go to a certain school too?
I don't know. Well, shit, all right, Dorsey, man. We finna roll it up, man.
Okay, then, Trump. I'm sorry, Plug. I'll talk to you. I'll see you in the morning. You know me. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night, La. I was thinking about you. All right.
Talk about you thinking about La. You ain't gonna play on La top in here, man, Dorsey. La security, man. You can't play with La like that, Dorsey. You know what I'm saying? Alright, Jack, man, we finna get up out of here. Shell, if you want to call back, I think that was Shell that called in. Shell, if you want to call back, you can call back. If not, we finna roll it up and get ready for the Diddy in the morning, because I got somewhere to be, chat, in the morning as well. So I'm gonna try to get up, cover this Diddy. Hopefully they gone and get it together early, but if not, we'll just have to come back and report it. Because I know Moneyway, when he gets off of work, he'll probably cover it as well. So I'm going to be over there on his channel with him. He gets his monetization back today. So if y'all haven't subscribed, be sure to go subscribe to Moneyway Music Entertainment, man. Be sure to go subscribe to Moneyway Music Entertainment. I'm going to be on his panel tomorrow. Let me show y'all. I'm going to be on his panel tomorrow covering the Diddy case, man, right here, Moneyway Music Entertainment. He been covering the Diddy case for a year. That's my partner in real life. Y'all see he got 65K over there, so he don't be bullshitting. I'm going to be on his panel tomorrow covering the Diddy case, the Diddy sentencing with him. He got demonetized, he had a strike, but one of his strikes finna come off tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm going to be on his panel tomorrow covering the Diddy case in the afternoon. So tomorrow morning, we here on my channel. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be on his channel. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be back on this channel. But if we get 50 subscribers, we're going to be on that Plugsation Clips channel doing the damn video calls with the people. We're going to be doing the video calls with the people on Monkey or Omegle or something, and I'm going to let y'all give me some questions to ask these people, man. Have a different style content, keep it refreshing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure this shit out, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, and we gonna get up out of here. I guess Shell wasn't gonna call back, so thank you, Najee. Yeah, chat. I'll see y'all in the morning. Good night.